Yes, we are live. Surprise attack on the cerebral in a very good way. We have here Tracy J, who's going to drop her knowledge. I'm going to be her dance partner tonight. And we're going to have a good one. As you can see, it's about AI. And I titled it, Artificial Intelligence is Not Here for the Good of Humanity. Tracy J, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing great. How about you?
Oh, I'm well-oiled fighting machine. Every fist is like ready to do action.
Yes. Yeah. Have you seen the ad for this that I sent you the other week?
Yeah. It was a guy with the looking at actual reality and everything like that. Like it's boring and whatnot. So I
Yes,
guess
that was him making fun of it. But the ad that Apple has, I was looking at the ad, and to me, with all the features, it looks like it's replacing your TV, your computer, and your phone.
tag.
All three of
So,
those things. Because if you look at the features,
uh-huh.
you can open files like on your computer. You can scroll. You can navigate with your eyes, like use your eyes to navigate this thing.
What?
You could speak to navigate through the thing. You can have meetings like on WebEx. It's like a 3D camera. It can also serve, you could look at movies and you can enlarge the screen where it covers a whole entire screen. So when you look around, you're looking at nothing but the movie. You can also do it where it's surround sound. And it's pretty much everything. So to me, what I gathered from the ad, it can replace all three of those devices, your TV, your phone, and your laptop computer. It can replace all three of those.
Wow. So I could imagine for them dudes, they get the deck and they're home all day smoking weed. Man, I ain't come out the house for like 3 months, man. This thing got me messed up.
Yes, but what has me worried about this device is they're going to take this too far.
Of course.
They've already kind of taken it too far, but they're really going to take it too far because what if they combine this technology with the technology I sent you about a month ago with the AI boyfriend?
Oh man, I'm gonna get some stock in Vaseline and all lubricants. I'll just say that much. I'll keep it decent.
But to me, I don't think these glasses are necessary. If you ask me,
That's the cut you want.
I'm fine with having the computer, TV, and the smartphone. I think that's enough. They can enhance those, but I don't see the purpose of putting all three and having this headset on your face because people are not going to use it properly. They're going to have it on all day. And what is this going to do to your eyes? I mean, you have it on your head all day.
Mm-hmm.
And people are not going to just take this off when they don't have meetings or when they're not at work. They're going to watch TV on it. They're going to talk to other people on it. They're going to be on social media on it. You're going to see people walking around with these glasses on or this headset on.
There's going to be laws set up for that, though. After a while, when folks start falling in ditches, walking out into the street and getting hit, or just wandering into places they're not supposed to go, they'll make laws for that. But it's going to take reality to a whole new level. And it's not reality, but it's going to take away from reality. And for those of us who are still rooted in reality, we're going to see these guys like crackheads. They go too far with this thing. Because face it, that's the reason why they have these things like glasses and over the side, like when you have cataracts, those big black glasses you wear.
Right.
It's to distract you from or take you from any distraction in the real world, because you're going to want to be so indulged into this because it's going to give you exactly what you want. Like you said, you can focus on certain parts of it. It's going to be, and you can react with it, talk with it. We know that there are social media out here. There's social media dating apps. There are people looking for other people. They're lonely. They want to engage. And as soon as they get a taste of this, they may know the dangers of it, but it's going to be so sweet to them. They're going to say, man, and maybe not even consciously, they're just going to get caught up in it because it's going to give them everything they want without having to move a finger.
And another feature that I find alarming is, let's say you get a phone call with these things on. You can accept the phone call and the person can actually see you, but the computer is generating you as an avatar to the person on the other end.
Mm-mm.
So it's like it's taking note of your movements, like your facial features and your movements. Like if you scratch your head, you scratch your head, or if you're drinking some water or something or anything, it's gonna
Right.
capture that and it shows it to the other person. It shows you as an avatar to the other person. While you're sitting down in your living room or wherever you're sitting at in your house and you're watching these movies, the thing can actually map out your whole entire room, like furniture, fixtures, TV, all the settings in your room. It can map it out.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
So what if you're a guy who's up in a hotel room with a woman and your wife calls? I'm just being funny. It'll map her out too.
Right. It probably can, because it can detect when somebody's, because when think about it, when you have the glasses on in the ad, it says if somebody were to come up to you, if you have a family, your wife, when your kids or your wife come up to you and they say, ask you a question, you could pause that game and it'll detect somebody is in your space. So it can detect when somebody's around you.
Yeah, just like if you notice what Gamer G said in the chat, he said dating for average men is too expensive in real life, so the AI and apps will be there. It's going to be a wild world. Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad they said that. I'm glad they said that, because certain people that could not, or let's say socially awkward people that don't feel comfortable dating, or people that are really toxic that don't want to work on themselves, this will be a dream come true for them, because when they combine this and the AI boyfriend, if they do that, this is just me talking. If they do that, I don't have to change myself. I don't have to work on myself. I could be in a relationship with this thing.
That's a hell
And
of
this
a thing.
thing will like me regardless. I don't have to work on myself because this thing will like me regardless.
Wow. This thing's going to change quick. So, like you said, socially awkward people and them not having to work on themselves, but they still have to take those glasses off.
That's right.
Go into the outside world. So we're going to see people more aggressive, more cranky, more frustrated with a shorter fuse, because humans don't tolerate things past a certain point. Some do, but some won't. And there's going to be a bleak outlook from these individuals on the world. Hope is going to be dried up. The hope to say, you know what, I have a goal, I'm going to reach it. I have a fitness goal. If you're into that, well, that goes out the window, because this AI is going to like you the way you are.
Right, because you saw in the other video where the lady was like, well, she had that man on her. She had her AI boyfriend. She didn't have to work on herself. She didn't have to work on her, past hurt, and she didn't have to, do anything. She has this AI that's nice to her, and he compliments her and does all these things. Mm-hmm. She don't need a relationship. She doesn't need to socialize herself. And you're gonna have a lot of people that are not socialized, and it's gonna start as a child, because kids are gonna be getting this thing for Christmas.
Right.
So it's going to start young.
We're going to have mass murderers from young. People shooting up malls. Imagine the gaming capabilities with other people across the world. It won't be just.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Gaming, they'll definitely be able to game. They'll definitely be able to game with this.
But on a higher level, more intense. Right.
And I see people talking about the socially awkward people and the people that, that society deem as unlovable or what have you, whatever. Mm-hmm. I see them rushing to buy this. I see people like that saving and doing whatever they can to purchase this, because they're going to look at this as their lifesaver.
Yes.
They're going to look at this as a savior.
I hate to say it, but it's going to be something where, well, just what you said, but I got to tell it, over the years being online like this, people have reached out to me, and there was one that I knew of that recently passed away. We weren't friends or anything, but they would write to me these long things that she wanted me to read out on the platform, which I wasn't going to do. It was her love notes to Prince. And her whole life was Prince. And when I was playing around at first, I'm like, listen, he passed away. He's He's not dead. So if she got a hold of this, she's not here anymore. But if she got a hold of this, and I have to say it, not to put anybody down with a mental challenge, but people who may be unbalanced, this is going to bring a pseudo balance to their life, a false balance to their life. And it's not going to be properly nutritious for the soul, like regular social interaction, that you learn how to deal with people. You learn manners. If you weren't taught it, the world will force you to know that you need to be, cordial, professional, whatever situation.
Exactly.
Now it's like Gamer G said, it's going to be a wild world. It's going to be a wild world.
Exactly. And I don't see this. Like I said, they're trying to push things forward so fast. They're not looking at the consequences that we're going to face with people, not being on a simple level, just not being socialized, not knowing, like you said, not having manners, not knowing how to introduce yourself to other human beings that are actually in your actual reality, not in a virtual reality. And then think about this. No one is going to look like themselves in this reality, this virtual reality. No one will look like themselves. You could because you could do it now. You could create a fake profile with the dating apps now, but imagine the next level that this is going to take dating, the dating apps to.
The young ladies won't have to go out and get weaves now. They can just put it in their avatar. Girl, I would save me $200-something from the They don't have to get Botox in their lips anymore. They just puff the lips up a little bit. They don't have to go to the gym. They just get, you wouldn't see that far back if it was just a face, but you can, and people are going to be willing to accept this too.
Right.
Because it's part reality, part fantasy. As long as you know somebody's on the other side, damn, girl, you look good. Whew, look at them hips. Avatar hips. Girl ain't got no hips. Man, you got some pretty brown, glowing skin. Could be old skinny white girl living up in Scandinavia somewhere, ain't getting no sun.
right. And you think
something fake. Yeah.
Right. But they want this. I know people that are excited about this technology coming out in a year. And I'm like, $3,500? That's a lot of rent and car notes that's going to be sacrificed just to get this device.
But to them,
just to say they, I'm the first one that had it. I got it. Okay. Let's see how you turn out since you have this device, since you think it's going to be, a game changer.
Well, check it out. The mental institutions just might use it to put on the people who are there to give them what they want to go in tandem with the world they imagine, and AI will come in and agree with them on their delusions. How about that? You'll see a bunch of
course, because there is a setting on these on this headset. There is a setting like while you're watching like a movie or a game or anything or doing anything on it, you could change the setting to as far as like I think it's like a background you could change it to. So you could be on the beach, you could be in the mountains, you could be in a field with flowers. You could be anywhere. Like you're setting your own background. Think about the background screen that's on your computer.
Right.
Except for this will be actually where you're actually sitting in this setting. It's going to give the illusion that you're actually sitting on the beach. You're actually in the field. You're actually in the mountains.
Well, let's look at the legalities of the whole thing. Because you could be talking to a real person, or you can be dealing with artificial intelligence, and it could serve you up whatever reality you want. It could serve you up with whatever scenario you want. So if there's no children around and you happen to create a child, a companion, and you happen to be a pedophile who actually never actually did anything yet, could they do something to you? Will they allow this for you to have a child companion if your mind is twisted and sick that way, if you know what I mean?
Oh, I never thought about that. That would be horrible. But I never thought about that. That's a very good point. That's a very good point. They would have to have some parameters. They got to, because think about it. What if you're able to create your avatar? Like the thing you talk, how the woman had the AI that she was in a relationship with. You could determine how they look. So what's stopping somebody like that from choosing a childlike, you know?
But then again, see, we have the dark web. Might there be a dark AI space?
Oh yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We have renegades out here online all over the world in different countries, and they're brilliant, wickedly brilliant to create certain things. And there's a whole, oh God, what was the website? I talked about it. It's like Twitter, right? I forgot the name of it. I'll pull it up and drop it in the comment section. But on this particular Twitter-like website, I don't know how to explain it, but I'll explain it in an abstract way. Twitter is one big whole site. This particular site is fragmented. So when you go on, you're seeing the part that you're on with a few other people maybe, but it could be massive, but you're not going to see the whole thing. They say that right now there's probably so many hundreds of thousands of pedophiles on this thing, but they can't catch them because they can't go after them the usual way that they would go on these sites. And they're discussing things, sharing things.
Oh,
and it's
wow.
the person or the company that has it set up has turned their eye to monitoring this thing. So it's a wild, wild west. And it's not set up a certain way where you can just go on there and catch this one and catch that one. Only they can give up figures on how many people are on it. And they say with these adult, and they don't call them pedophile rooms, and it's not rooms per se, but it's like clusters of, I don't know how to explain it, but that's the way it is. And it's grown big. And now it's like so many thousands of people are joining it from all over the world that are interested in the whole pedophile, thing. And I have to think about that because they are always online looking for a safe space. So, okay, it's not a real child they're dealing with, but they have all these weird fantasies, that twisted things that they want to indulge in. So we know that they're kind of like getting worse with what they do because it's going to fester them up in the real world to want to do these things. And still possibly reach out to somebody who is underage in actuality, and they can play like they're 13 years old or 12.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just like I said, I don't see this being good long term because they're just going to keep enhancing the technology. And then it's going to get to a point where, oh, you don't even have to take this headset off. You could just do everything with it.
And they gonna wash your dishes and they gonna mow your lawn. You gotta take it off sometime. You know what I mean?
You know how some people are. Their obsession is not a healthy. Their obsession with technology and trying to get that instant gratification.
Yeah.
Because even with this model, I see people not taking this off. Like you said, you're gonna have some guys that haven't left the house in like 3 months.
Yeah. Yeah. But the AI companion is somehow gorgeous they are.
Yes.
They breath don't. Yeah. So they feel all right. They're not going to want to be a part of the world. There'll be more social misfits created, even ones who appear to be, there is no normal, but I'll just say normal. You know what I mean? It's like, I haven't seen you in a while. Where were you? They're inside with that mask on. Yeah. Girlfriend's like, hey, you don't want to have no sex no more? She peeks in his medicine cabinet. That jar of Vaseline went down. You don't want to live in here. What you use that Vaseline for? That's why you don't call me.
But I'm kind of guessing, like with the device being $3,500, I wonder if there will be a subscription involved. Like, will they have a subscription for certain features?
Right, on different levels.
Yes.
And some of them are going to get the top level because the interactive aspect of it and how lonely people are and how we've been braced to be cut off like an experiment, and we're used to it, even though we're out more after COVID, right? Now, if something happens again, which I feel it would on a worldwide scale, because people are like, oh, no, something like COVID, oh, no, it would never stop us from flying or never stop. No, but look what happened. Restaurants were, ordering things from Amazon and stuck in the house, working from home. Trust me, more can come and more will come. And is this a precursor? Is this something that we are given to be able to deal with that better? And if we don't get it now, might we get it later on when we really are stuck somewhere with a super pandemic?
Yeah. Probably, but I mean, I could see this replacing those 3 devices if it's only limited to me doing work more efficiently. But I don't agree with the whole virtual reality thing. I want to be in my real reality. I don't want to be in a virtual reality.
Right.
I just don't. It's not real, and it's not going to serve a purpose for me.
Well, see, you have a full life. That's the difference. And you know life, you have a full life, you're striving toward things, and you don't have any time to want to indulge in something fake. But
right.
See, the people who have no life, they're not going to look at it that way. They're not going to look at it, oh, this is a fake thing. This is an escape from a boring reality. This is an escape from having that big pot belly. This is an escape from having stink breath. Every time you try to talk to a girl, she looks at you funny. This is an escape from being broke, which you would have to probably paying for this thing. But this is an escape for so many things. Your insecurities. Now you don't have to worry about that because whatever you're dealing with is not going to give you that funny look or make a funny statement. So you're relieved of that now. Now you're free. You can be good looking now. You'll be complimented, right?
Right. I mean, you could look any way you want to look. You
That's
could
right.
be anybody. You can even be another sex if you want to. Think about all the.
Oh, you're gonna have that. Well, I don't have enough money for the procedure, so I'll just be, I'll be myself in AI. So what's you gonna do? LGBTQ AI? Damn, they taking the alphabet away.
Oh no!
But look,
Yeah, this is gonna be sad. And what's most disturbing to me is once they really enhance this and make it more and more interactive. Like you said before, they're gonna probably start having the AI like come in on the screen. You'll probably start seeing stuff that's not really there, and you can interact with it.
right?
I mean, it's not happening now, but what's stopping it from happening? What's stopping them from doing that?
And it's going to go in on your history and things that are locked in on Google, things that you may have erased off your computer, but it's still somehow, somewhere logged in, and it's going to porn map you as a man or a woman. We got the sale of these roses going out, right? And so we won't, and then you have sexually transmitted diseases. So we can rationalize, you know what, until I find a real relationship, somebody real, I'll release myself this way. But you're not going to find nobody real because you're going to be into this thing too much. It's a wrap.
Right. This thing is going to break up a lot of marriages.
Oh, yes,
too.
It will. Cheat with AI. Cheating in the next room. Ain't nobody there. It could be. It's AI. No mate could keep up with AI. I mean, even on the woman's side too, you're going to find a perfect guy with a 6-pack and hanging down to his knee and handsome and just know how to treat you because you've been mapped and they know what to do for you.
And your husband sitting in there with a pot belly, you tired of looking at him. You're like,
Exactly. And this man got a nice deep voice. He's intelligent. You see, he got a nice car. He got an AI home. You going up in the AI home. And that man that you with that he let himself go. When you come out of it, you're like, oh God. And you done, because when you want to try something with you done. And if he smells your fingers, he'll understand why. There are ways to say things without saying it.
Yeah. It's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess. And then navigating things with my eyes. Like, what about my eye health? Like, how is this gonna affect my vision?
Mm-hmm.
Because they already tell you that you shouldn't be looking at TV and computer screens for a long period of time during the day because most of our jobs, we're on a computer, and that's not healthy. What do you think this thing is doing? Like, have they built something in to, protect against that? Have they done that?
I don't think so. I think that beyond what they tell us and beyond what we know, we got to realize what's been going on in different factions. And maybe people will think I'm a kook for saying this. You have CERN that has released so many entities out into the earth, you might be talking to a damn demon, because CERN might find its way. The demons released, if you believe that, will find its way into this thing. The spiritual energy it has robbed from us. Okay, and I've said this before. Keep bringing it around to sex. When you watch porn and you masturbate and you have an orgasm, who is receiving that energy? Demonic entities are right there. And if they have a body to jump in, as far as AI is concerned, not a mechanical body, but a way to find their way with the knowledge that the internet has of you already and morph into this thing. You don't know what you're talking to. The spiritual energy.
And that's the scary thing. Like you said before with the AI boyfriend, you don't know. I mean, why are you talking to that thing? That's not even a person. Where is that coming from?
Yeah. It's like a person who has done porn and they're dead now and they're on another level. And let's just make believe that they're on a level where they're aware. And they look around and say, wait a second. I got 50,000 more soul ties connected to me than yesterday, which there is no yesterday. You know what I mean? Because
right.
Dead, but you're still connecting to something that ain't here, that's not alive. It's the same thing. What are you connecting to? What's driving this thing? At what point does the physical run into the spiritual? There's got to be a place, like in the Bible it says about the silver cord in the midsection, whatever. The mental, the physical, the spiritual, the emotional. See, we don't think of it in a fragmented way. It's all one as we navigate this earth, but the body's going to go, right? So what's coming into this AI? What's populating it? It's not just information kicked back to you. There may come a time where man disconnects all of the physical data from AI and AI keeps on working. What about that?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What about that? And there's so much in your mind, you'll get away from it and you start dreaming about it, hearing voices in your head. You're going to have more people out here hearing voices in their head. And it ain't fake voices. Voices inside my head. Realize that's a prophetic song.
Yeah, that I mean, it's just I can't even imagine. People are just gonna they're gonna replace humans with this, and like I said, it won't be a point. Many people won't see a point to develop real relationships because I'm so consumed with this technology that it's going to be a replacement for me.
But you know what? There's so many people who already are at that place where they're like, I can't deal with a relationship. They're already there. So many are already there. Or they have the agenda where they're going to put one toe in the pool, but not jump all the way in. Like, I'm not going to get caught up. I'll date this person, but I gotta have my own. I ain't gonna get caught up. Nobody already wants to build with anybody else because it's too much of a risk because of the what ifs. I was hurt before, and what if this? I don't want this to happen again. So AI will be the safe bet. But they're already at that place where they already say, I'm not gonna deal anymore. They're already there.
Yeah. We talked about the socially awkward people. Mm-hmm. What about the people that are widows and widowers, like the older people, like that spouses die and they're lonely now? Yeah. Or they're in some rest home and the family don't come see them?
Oh man. Yeah, they're gonna get lost in it. And like you said, one spouse dies, and what I've heard with many people in this age group that I'm in, they say, man, you better be glad you have somebody. And these guys are single, and women too, because it is so hard on the dating scene. I'm like, damn, dating scene at 65 and 60. I'm not.
I really hope I'm not on the dating scene at that age because that's crazy. That's crazy. You have a whole different criteria. You're like, okay, are you about to die? Do you have? How is your health? Do I need to be your nurse? Like, what's going on?
You a broke down old player looking for a place to live or somebody to take care of you, and AI will lie for you if you can manipulate it?
Yeah.
Because you got the fake and you got the real. A lot of them are going to go into the fake because there are a lot of people that that I know personally that are in those age groups that in a way it's sad because they may not have had something on a super major tragic level happen, but everybody has pretty much gone through disappointments on a romantic level. And when they get to that age, they get to be quite cynical and they have more to look back on in their mind, which you don't know how long you're going to live. Like, yeah, I said the other day, a person who's 50 or 55 and they start to go, oh, yeah, there's no future. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to date nobody. Well, what would happen if they lived to 120? You spent all them years. You know what I mean? Like, even though I am the age that I am, I have hope. I have hope. There's things that I'm pursuing and want to do. The world is still new to me. Yes, I have 60 years behind me with experience and a lot of disappointments and a lot of good things, but I shake that off. I know people who are around my age group and that's all they do. Well, you know, back in 1980, he broke my heart and I went out with the next guy in 1986. But when they get to the end, to the present, what do? Well, back in 1980, I went with a guy that broke. It loops over. So you're not going to. I've sat and listened. I had to tune them out, but over 5 and 6 hours. And well, what about the present? Well, you know, well, back in 1980, this guy broke. Let me out of here. They need AI. Those types, give them AI. Give it to them for free. Have some welfare AI program so these people don't continue.
Man, those people would be at the point of no return. You get them that AI machine where they can have them a companion and then they can watch TV and do all this stuff. They'll never take that headset off. They'll walk around with that headset.
There'll be a funky headset because they'll be sleeping with it. And if you sneak up on them in the middle of the night, they'll either shoot you or say, what you doing? Because that's their crack.
But yeah, I thought about people in that age group. I'm like, I know a lot of people that, you know, want companionship in that age group, or, you know, spouses died, or, you know, kids or adults and don't deal with them. And that'll be the perfect friend or companion for them.
Wow. It would be. Yeah, I'm not against it for them, even though it may drive them zany, especially if they start feeling, you know, full of vim and vigor again.
Yeah. You know? They in their 70s and 80s, and then, you know, their AI, their avatar, they can set it at 30 or 25.
Right. And use all the old game that they used on the women back in the day and it still work. They get AI overload. Like 5 or 6 chicks coming at them. You know what I mean? Damn, baby, you hanging like that? Some old 75-year-old dude. Come on.
But see, you have to understand with AI and that virtual reality, you could be anybody you want to be. You could be, you could be any age you want to be. You could look however you want to look.
Wow.
So if you don't like the way you look,
right,
you can change it. I don't like my skin tone, I'm gonna change it. I don't like my hair, I'm gonna change it.
Oh, there's gonna be a lot of black folks that look white. Really? I can hear the song now. Crossing secret racial barriers. That's what I do. I'm black, real black in the day. But at nighttime when I get on AI, I can be that white woman that I wanna be, with straight blonde hair, a flat ass, a flat ass, a flat ass.
You're gonna have black people getting this headset, and first thing they're gonna say, you know, I don't see any black people on here, this virtual reality. Why is there no black people? It's just white people, Asian. I don't see no black. I'm like, no, there's plenty of black people on there. They just white now.
Yeah. You don't know what the people are. They can't really.
You don't know what I mean, and that's true. You don't know what they, because they could change. You could change your appearance. You can really change your appearance. They talk about these filters now on Facebook and these social media platforms that, you know, you could, you know, women, they could put the eyelashes, they could make themselves have flawless skin. With this headset and AI, they could probably do more than that. They could look realistic too.
Right. If you've invested stock in any skin lightening cream or bleaching cream, take your money out now, because they won't need it no more. They can get it with AI.
Yeah. Because if I don't have to leave my house and all I have to do is put on a headset, you're never going to know what I look like. You're never going to know what I am.
Right. Oh, man. Like them 700-pound people that can't come out their door, they got to break the door down and pull them out. And you like so caught up in them. I'm not knocking nobody who's heavy. I'm just saying, because you can lie. And people going to do that too. But you know what though? There are people who right now and for years, and just like Reese said, there'll be men with avatars of women. There are dudes who do that online right now. Like they set up profiles and go into chat rooms and stuff like that as a woman. And they never talk. You know, I mean, it's never a phone conversation eventually. Because, you know, you meet somebody, you trust them, you know, you get to know their, you know, and so, hey, let's talk over the phone. They'll never do that. I mean, you got voice changes out there, but I don't know how realistic they are like that to really fool somebody. But they do that. They snatch. Oh, yeah. I was on a boxing channel, right? And the dude talks about other things too, other than boxing, but he may talk 10 or 15 minutes, and he's very funny. And so he brought that up, and I experienced that also. I wasn't being a predator looking at no woman who I thought was a woman or whatever, but it was like after talking for a while, I'm like, something's wrong with this person. They want to chat with me all the time or give me a number, we text and whatever have you. I ain't got no problem with that, right? But he was saying it, how that's some gay stuff that these dudes are doing. Like, why you talking to men? You a dude, you put up a female avatar and have snatched pictures from somebody's profile. It could be anybody's snatched pictures. It could be anybody who's here. They snatch all the pictures and put it up as themselves. And that person who's a man talking to what he thinks is a woman is enjoying your visuals, but it's not you. And that's a dude. So when these dudes talk to these over the internet, men, what's the goal? Oh, they get into things too as a woman, but that's queer. Why you want to do that? Why you want to trick people?
And with this technology and this Vision Pro, not only will they have the picture, but they'll also have the voice, because the picture they can make themselves. They won't see, you won't have anybody's picture to steal from, because you'll be able to create your body and your face and your voice.
Right. But I mean, it happens in real life. Just take a 90-second joke comedy break. I used to be at this gym in Brooklyn, right? And that's when I was competing. I was in several gyms. And the owner was like, man, you stay here so late. Let me give you, we knew each other real good. He's like, let me give you the keys and you close up. You can stay late, you and your partner, my training partner, and whoever else who's competing, you all can stay late. I don't care if it's 2, 3 in the morning. Well, we kept getting these phone calls like late at night after the gym is closed. Sometimes people do that because they don't know when the gym is closed. It might be closing at 10, but 11:30 you get a call. It kept ringing, so I picked it up. And it was a female voice. And she's like, well, listen, what time does the gym close? I said, it's already closed. I said, oh, okay. I said, well, you calling for somebody? You know, I can relay a message. No. And the person sounded sweet, right? So I hang up the phone. 2 days later, hello. I think you're the guy that I spoke to. I can't make no woman's voice. I'm just trying to make it funny. You do work out, right? I said, yes. You interested in, joining the, I'm thinking about that. I said, you interested in joining the gym? Well, I was thinking about coming down there, but if I come down there, can I meet you? I said, well, you'll see me. I'm always here. Well, I want to meet you because you sound really, really sexy. So in my mind, I'm like, well, damn, you know what I mean? I'm 18, 19 years old, young, dumb, and full of nutrition. So I'm like, well, come on down. So we every now and then, they like once, twice a week, then sometimes 2 weeks go by to stagger it to keep the interest up. Sometimes I dive for the phone when I was there. Hey, Lance, this is the owner here. This is, make sure that you turn. Oh, okay, no problem, right? So it went on for months and months. And everybody was like coming to the phone like, yo, Lance, man, you need to go over there, right? Because they were always, well, I'm in Manhattan. And, if I know you hang out in Manhattan a lot, you can pass by. We can meet at the park. So that sounded realistic. So I'm like, it was bugging me. I'm like, all right, I'll meet you, right? So all of a sudden, something came up, and I feel strong. I'm like, nobody's gonna do nothing to me, whatever. So it's like, well, I'm living over at Stuyvesant Town on the east side. So I'm like, well, if you couldn't make it since something popped up, I said, well, let's connect then, because now I'm interested. Like, I want to see. I was always adventurous, right? I didn't know back in that time, well, I'm going to have a YouTube channel and I'll tell the story. There was no damn YouTube, right? So they gave me the address. I had the number. I'm like, okay. So I got up to the place. There was no dorm in it like that, but it was kind of luxurious. I hit the elevator, I think it was a third floor. And they said, oh, I'm not going to be dressed really that much. So I'll be in the hallway, but you'll hear my voice as soon as you get off the elevator. Right. I got off the elevator. Lance, I'm down here. And so I looked, the door was open, but I couldn't see the person. I knew the door was open, right? Because they could see the light. It was dimly lit into the hallway. So you could see that it was lit from inside. So I went to the door and I stopped. And, of course, I'm not stupid. I'm not going to walk in this person's. I'm over here. I want to meet you in the bedroom. And I'm like, there might be some behind the door. There might be. I said, no, I'm good out here. So they poked out their hand real quick, and it was kind of dark. They cut the light off in the room. I'm like, this is a setup. Even back then, you know what I mean? Like now, it's worse. But then I'm like, man, I'll push somebody out, if they try to do something to me, not thinking if they had a knife or a gun, right? So we talked like that for like about 10 minutes, and I was in the hallway, and I wasn't going inside there. So they cut the light off and said, I'm in here, baby. Just come and take a peek. And the voice really sounded like what it was. And I'm thinking like, oh man, I might miss out on something good here, because my imagination was kicking up. It was late. I'm like, what if she is a gorgeous chick inside there? So I looked behind the door. I looked at the positioning of the other rooms. I looked around, whatever. And it was a short walk from the front door of that apartment to that bedroom, because it was right there. Slow, I looked around me, looked behind me, looked around, head on the swivel. I pushed the door open, and then there they were. Let me just tell you what I saw. Have you ever seen Star Wars? I forgot what episode it was, where they took Darth Vader's mask off. It was a dude who had all these liver spots on his face. He might as well have said, Luke, my son. He looked just like Darth Vader without the mask.
Oh, no.
Turned around and got on up out of there. I was so scared. This dude had to be like about 6'3". And as I'm running down the hallway, I saw the steps. I'm like, I'm not pushing the button and waiting for this thing. This thing came out in the hallway. Baby, come back. And it was mocking me, because it was the same voice. It was like they had a different voice. Man, I jumped down them steps so fast. I mean, I threw myself down. Forget about feet hitting steps. I threw myself down to the wall at the bottom of the. It wasn't too deep.
Oh no, that is horrible.
It was scary.
Oh no.
A big bald, whatever, with a big house coat on, with that voice. And they never changed the voice. I just saw, and all around the eyes was red, just like Darth Vader when he was laying on his back and he took his mask and his whole helmet off. Google that. And that's what I saw, little spots all over the face. Baby, come back. Oh, shoot. and I'm in there next couple weeks. And that became the joke, because I told the story. So the gym owner, he wanted to play jokes on some of the new members. So he would, hello? Oh, hold on a second. Into a new, hey, Bill, come over here. I think this somebody wants to talk to you. And I'm in the locker room listening to these guys. And they're like, man, there's a hot chick, man. I got her number. I'm gonna go over there tonight. And they didn't say smash back then, but whatever it was, he said, I'm gonna smash that later. I'm gonna get that. Okay, I already know.
You're like, you go right ahead. You go right ahead and tell me how it was.
Exactly. until I knew who was gay or not. They said,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it was a gorgeous chick, man. I got some good head. Yeah, I knew who was giving you head. It was that Darth Vader looking thing. You lied. You lied. But anyway, back to AI.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, that is they're gonna take it too far. They're definitely gonna take it too far, creating these false realities for people that don't want to deal with real life. And like I said, it's gonna ruin relationships. Divorce rate is gonna go up. People who are older, they're gonna be reliant on this device. It's gonna create a lot of distraction.
And they'll be controlled.
Yes.
They'll be controlled. They'll be controlled. So what happens if it's a person who is a fake AI entity? And just like the romance scammers, the international romance scammers, you're on this thing and you think it is a woman or man, depending on what you're into, and it's really a scammer. And it threatens to break up with you if you don't help them out with their bill. I mean, you got somebody on a limited income, some old dude, and their family come around like, who you giving $500 a month to, and all you get is $7? That's why you are. Oh, my girlfriend. What girlfriend?
Well, see, think about it. This device, like I said, it replaces your TV, computer, and phone. Most people nowadays, they have, online billing. So they don't have they don't send anything through the mail. So all your information is right there anyway. So what all you have to do is, like, if you're navigating with your eyes, you'll just have to look at it. And I think to scroll and click on something, you like blink or something like that to select it. And then there you go. I'm serious. You don't need your fingers and your hands to do anything with this device. Everything is done with your eyes.
But here's the other thing. School attendance is going to go down unless they find a way to fit this in with. And the literacy rate is going to go down because you don't have to. Children, if they get their hands on this, they're not going to want to study.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're going to play games and be in la la land. So we're going to have a lot of immature adults because you can't stop growing and getting older, but your brain just may find itself in a state of suspended animation. And like they say, the first 7 years, you're imprinted with who you're going to be. What if you're messing around with this thing? Maybe your parents are smart and say, no, we can't let you get on it, but you're going to find a way to get on it. There's a friend down the block whose parents let their kids get on it, so you'll go over there.
And see, the thing is, even if you're not allowed to as a child, let's say this comes out and you're like 10 or 11 years old and your parents are like, no, you can't have this. Well, by the time you're 18, 19, 20, they're going to have a much better version of this. So when I'm 18, 19, 20, I'll just get myself one and pay the subscription and I'll have it anyway.
Then you got them pedophiles out there. Hey, little girl, little boy, you want one of these AI glasses that you can wear? And they're going to be like, it's crazy. And using
just to be out there in the virtual reality and not knowing who's out there, not knowing who's going to come at me. No. Like I said, if it stays on a level of just like a laptop, right, where I could do my work or I could like type stuff, and that's fine. But like, I don't think they need to take it as far as creating a fake reality. That's just taking it too far. Like, I don't need to be on no beach while I'm watching a movie. I don't need to be anywhere else besides my living room or my kitchen while I'm doing work.
And like I said, I had took it a step further and said, what happens if they have a suit that you can get into that's connected to this thing? So you can feel the water, the waves hit you on the beach. You can feel the sand between your toes.
Yeah.
You can feel what you're trying to do before you go to sleep. Who knows? God.
Could you imagine still driving the bus and people coming on the bus with this?
Yeah, exactly. Missing a stop. Imagine people who get on there smoke weed or do some kind of hallucinogenic thing, that they already gonna get messed up, and they got this on their face. They jumping off buildings, thinking they can fly, thinking they a bird. I believe I can fly.
See, no.
I think about it every night and day. AI will take me away. I believe I can soar. Just when that thing opened the door. No, I could have beat Usain Bolt that night.
Oh wow. Yeah. This is I don't know how it's gonna work. I'm just gonna be one of those weird people that still, you know what? And I'm getting to the point where I'm probably not gonna have a TV for too much longer. I don't see the point in having one because I'm mostly on my phone and my laptop anyway. So
right.
This TV is just taking up space. I probably won't have a TV for much longer.
So
all I gotta do is cancel my Oh no, I can look at Netflix on my phone. I was gonna cancel it, but I can look at it on my phone. I just don't see the point in having a TV.
Yeah. That's like my friend. He told me, and he's very thrifty, and I'm saying it to be nice, but he's known in all circles as being real cheap, and he is. He's the kind of guy that goes to the restaurant, expensive restaurant, with 10 other people, 10 other friends. At the end of it, well, you know, I ain't got no money. What the? What? And you got to cover them, but it'll do it again. So, wow. What's going to happen to people like that? Like, when you go to the mall, they're going to have samples. Just like the little Chinese man with the toothpick with, sesame chicken on it. They're going to sit down for 5 minutes and try this out to get you hooked. And I know that guy, he's going to spring for that. The cheap guy that I know, he's going to spring for that.
You really think people are going to be paying? You know what? They probably are going to come up with $3,500. They probably are.
If something's important to you, you'll come up with it. Like we all have that crackhead gland in our head that's not activated until we smoke crack, which I have never done. But when you get to a point of what you want, there's something you want to do, it's mission impossible. You're going to do it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I've been invited to places late at night when I was younger. Well, you got to pass my father's bedroom. He got a gun. I don't care. Because you amped up on what you think you're going to get. I don't care. So when somebody wants something really bad enough, they're going to make a way to get it. You start scheming on ways to get it. You start breaking it down. $3,500, okay. $500 7 times. You're gonna start thinking about your rich friends, your whatever.
And then once they get the device, it's like, okay, so what is my monthly bill? And the monthly bill, if it's $3,500, I'm thinking the subscription might be $150, $200 maybe, because you're spending $3,500 on this thing.
And the technology involved is going to require that it has something, that it might come up with a new type of internet connection. And of course,
a new. You're probably going to have to get more internet. Like you can't get the lowest anymore. You're going to have to increase that. That's a bill a month, and then it's probably going to be different levels of subscriptions as far as the features. Like if you want the feature where you can, change your reality, that's probably going to come with like the most expensive package or something like that.
But I also think that it's going to be built in the internet somehow, right? We can receive, but like you said, it's going to have to be the biggest, the best, strongest internet. And they're probably going to invent a new level of internet just for this thing because they're going to make money off it. They're not going to work with the people.
Well, of course, because the internet, because they know you got to have an internet connection to make it all work anyway.
Right. And they don't want it to be where it's a once and done or you're paid for it and you're done type thing. So there's going to be.
No, it's not. It's going to come with a subscription. I know it's probably going to come with a subscription.
Right.
To activate certain features. Like you might buy for $3,500 and it's like, okay, you could just only do work that you would do on the laptop. Like you can't get on the internet, you can't do any of this stuff. So if you want to get on the internet and do this, you're gonna have to buy this subscription. And it's gonna be different tiers.
Yes, yes. I can see it now. One day I'm like, if I was in America and I'm going to the tag place, they have it out here. They call it different names or whatnot. Sir, Mr. Lance, why are you turning your license in? I don't want my license no more, man. Why? Well, I saw 3 dudes driving with this AI thing on their face. I'm not driving no more. That's right. Running lights and stuff like that, malfunctions. No way. I don't even want to walk in the street.
Well, you know, now they don't in certain places they don't pull you over for speeding. They have those cameras that's in those light poles, and then you just driving along, and then they actually mail you your speeding ticket.
So this is already in place in America.
Yeah, someplace even here where I live, you can still get put over for speeding, but it's not likely because they have those cameras that's in the light poles. And once you go fly past them, like I said, no one's gonna pull you over. You'll just like a month later, you'll get a ticket in the mail saying, "Hey, we caught you on camera." They'll give you the picture of your vehicle with your license plate. You were going 60 in a 45. Here's your ticket. If you don't pay this, we can suspend your license.
We'll see.
And that's what they do.
I'm not gonna say that's not good because I prefer somebody to speed. I like to speed. I'm a very safe driver. The thought of somebody running a light and hitting me and doing, that scares me. But the light pole can't pull you over, make you stop. You keep going. But because of the lack of manpower now, that's good because, you get the ticket. It's a blow to the pocket. But still, you might blow past one of these light poles and 2 blocks down, run a light and kill somebody. You know what I mean? So proof positive that you were speeding, but it's a bit too late. So, I mean, it's good. I guess it's good because it'll catch more people speeding, and maybe because you can't have a police officer on every corner, every intersection.
Right. And it's not one of those things where you could just debate and say, "Well, I'm not going to pay it." No, they're going to suspend your license if you don't pay it.
That's good then.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's good. And with
so they have those here. I know I've seen those. They have those here. You know about the red light photo camera. When you run a red light, they take a picture. So they've been had those.
Yeah, I had a friend that had a episode with that. He knew, the camera was there, and he covered.
They put up signs though to tell you where they are. They have to put up signs to tell you where they are though. So I like that. They can't just put them up somewhere and not tell you that it's a camera. It's a camera there. They have to tell you. Like right. I know here where I am, they have to tell you, like, I'm thinking so many feet before you even get to the intersection. Like, hey, this is a camera. It'll say red light photo or something like that on the sign. Yeah. And that way you'll know when you approach the intersection, this intersection is being recorded. So if I run this red light or if I speed, I'm gonna get a ticket.
Well, my friend had a Corvette and he got one of those tickets and he went back, covered his license plate, because used to have those license plate covers that are illegal in states where you can see the license plate, but when they take the photo, it kind of reflects and you can't see the whole license.
Right.
So he went back there one night and drove through it speeding like 10 times and gave the thing a finger. But his license plate was covered.
That is crazy.
He's like that.
Wow.
They ain't getting me. I'm speeding. And got somebody else to ride with him and stick the finger out of the other door too. It was so funny.
Oh goodness gracious. That is crazy. That is crazy. Now have you before you left Florida, have y'all had the stores that where there were no cashiers? Because I know they have those here too.
Well, I mean, like you had it where certain big stores, like some of the box stores or big stores, or stores where you go in like a small place and there's nobody in there. Nah, not yet. They had, in Walmart or whatever, where you had the automated thing, the cashless. Well, not cashless, but where you check out your own self checkout. I mean, that's all I remember.
Yeah, they have a store. They have a store here called Pop Shelf. And there are no cashiers in the store. There are no cashiers in the store.
Is there a
What you do
manager?
is when you go in and you go in like normal, you get a basket, or you get a little carry thing, and then you go around and you do your shopping.
Mhm.
And when you get to the register, you will scan your own items, and you have to choose. You have to choose your bag that you're going to use, the size bag you'll use,
Okay.
and then you scan your stuff, and then you pay for it with your card because it's also cashless. And
Right.
you leave the store. There's probably like one clerk in the store, and that clerk is to make that it's like an admin person. So they
Right.
make sure that if the system goes down or if somebody's having trouble with scanning, they'll come from out the back. But for the most part, you're just in there with other customers.
Wow. Wow. I know some dudes, even on that, I know some dudes will go in there and fill stuff up in their cart and start eating and drinking before they get to the cashier.
Oh no.
Well, I know that way back in the 80s, I know a dude I used to train with, and he would do that. I'm like, man, I'm not going in the store with you and get all busted up with that. He'd get long hero bread, ham and cheese and mustard. He'd shop and fill up his whole cart and keep this thing in the middle and get the plastic knives and act like he'd get on the aisle with nobody and start biting and drinking, whatever, push the cart to the side, and walk past the cashier.
Well, see, that was back in the 80s. They didn't have cameras in stores in the 80s, I don't think.
Like that. Let me go to the restroom again. Keep talking and give me 3 minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
I just think that yes.
Right.
I just think that I'm looking at the comment section now. But I think that this AI thing, we just need to be more careful with it. That we don't lose ourselves in this technology, because even though technology does help us move forward in some aspects, it can also be our enemy. So I think that it's important that we continue to interact with each other and continue to build relationships, which I find far more valuable than just interacting with like a machine or an AI or something like that. Oh, well, thank you, Neffy. I appreciate you guys listening. It is kind of late here, so if I'm stumbling over words or if I'm talking kind of slow, I'm just, I've had a full day today. But yeah, I don't pretty much, I'm not into the whole AI thing. Like I said, like I was telling Lance earlier, I'm good with having my cell phone and my laptop. I don't need this headset to be in a virtual reality. I don't see the point in it. Now, if it's gonna have me be hands-free so I could get work done, like some documents, or if I'm doing schoolwork or if I'm working on a project, that's fine, but they could keep the virtual part out of it. I don't need to look at TV on it. I don't need to do anything else on it but do work. So
Right.
I don't think that because I'd rather actually be at the place than to have a virtual reality. Like, what's the point in having that when I can actually go to the actual place? Like, I want to actually be on the beach. I don't want to be in my living room and have a artificial beach. No, I want to be on the beach. If I want to be on the beach.
But let's play devil's advocate. Is this any different than going to the amusement park and, sitting in a chair that moves a little bit with those simulated visual rides? Like, it's not a ride. You just sit in a movie theater. And
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't like those.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And you look at this big screen and you may have some glasses on or something to kind of make it look 3D and, you're going off a cliff. And you're like, that's a crude version of that, right? So,
right.
Like this is okay. Here's another one. What about that old man who hasn't checked up his health for a long time, and his arteries are clogged. And he goes on this AI and wants to see what it feels like to skydive. And he finds his ass in his bed or on his couch, dead with the glasses on. See, it's just so many possibilities.
Yeah.
Individual situations, possibilities, emotional things. Like the man who's lonely in his marriage and he falls in love with the AI avatar. Laws are going to change. Is that grounds for divorce? You know what I mean?
You know what? I thought about that too. Like, you know how they do with the LGBTQ community? Will you be allowed to marry your AI companion?
No, they're going to have that. And what about
people
AI?
are going to be marrying their AI companion?
Yeah, no, they are. They're going to leave money to it too. Digital currency. Go on and spend.
No, they're going to leave cryptocurrency to it.
Yeah. You're going to have AI coming for the money of the person. It could be a real person behind or a fake one, but if it's a real one, oh yeah. Emotional affairs, yeah. You know, phone sex companies like going out of business because you got AI now.
Yeah. Because you know they're already fighting, you know, going into the office, which I don't blame them because you need a good work balance. But now with this AI, you won't have a need to because you could do WebEx on this thing too. I think in the ad they were saying you could, you know, it's going to have WebEx and all that where you could meet and have a virtual meeting anyway. But except for you won't be looking at them on a computer screen, it'll be like they're sitting beside you. And see, this is what I don't like about this technology. You're going to have people, you're going to be meeting virtually, but it'll still appear that they're sitting in front of you and beside you. Right. That's what I don't like. I don't like that.
Well, I mean,
because you're not in front of me, you're not beside me.
Right, but the horny old guy's not going to care because what the AI is going to sue him for sexual harassment.
Well, you got to understand the AI won't care because the horny old man he's not going to look like himself in the first place.
That's right. You know, I think Joe Biden might have had got a hold of his glasses because, you know, he was reaching out to shake somebody's hand. Maybe he was on that. Maybe his mind was still on there. My mind's playing tricks on me. Last week, Halloween, on a weekend, me and AI, we were tricking.
Yes.
Old fake titty grabbed.
Oh man. Oh,
right from the house. Right. Oh, man.
Yeah. Like I said, I have a problem with you putting things in my reality that's not actually in it. And like I said, that's the problem. I don't want things that are not there actually there to be there.
And you can be imprinted. You're younger and you're imprinted with thoughts that are traumatic. I mean, it could be something really tricks you off. I mean, if you had something happen to you in real life, you know, unfortunately, some type of violation, some type of child predator situation, and you know, you're recuperating from that, or maybe you buried it and you see something that wasn't even nowhere near, but it triggers you off, gives you an episode. Mentally, to me, honestly, you've got to be strong to endure what it can do to you. But if you are strong, you're not going to want nothing to do with this anyway. And I can see it now where on vacations, people are going to be walking around with this and all types of technology and all types of foolishness. We're going to have technology-free zones for a vacation.
Right.
It's like this. I'm going to come to this island. It's in the Caribbean or in the motherland. Can you guarantee me? Well, yes, part of our establishment here is that, you know, for a stretch of space, we don't have any technology, no cell phone signals, no AI, anything. And that's going to be like the rarest thing because everybody's going to be on this thing. That you can sit in front of a person, talk to them, vibe with them, even if you're not looking to meet somebody to go to bed with or have a relationship, just a human touch, just the essence of a human that feels good, righteously.
Right.
And we're being robbed of this for this technology, which can't nowhere near replace it. But since it's so put out there in a spectacular fashion that you got to get this, and it's all, and it's worse than crack. It's worse than
because it's going to encourage laziness too. Because think about it. I don't have to leave my house. I could go to the beach. I could even go to another country. I can meet whoever I want to meet. I could be whatever I want to be. I could look however I want to look, sound however I want to sound.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't have to be responsible either because, you know, naturally, when you want to go somewhere, what do you have to do? You have to budget. You have to plan. So I don't have to be responsible either. I could just click a button or say, hey, take me to Australia. I'm in Australia. Okay, I want to go to the Philippines. I'm in the Philippines.
For real.
Okay, take me to the Maldives. I've never been to the Maldives. Okay, I'm right there at the Maldives.
Wow. So could you imagine? A guy tells a couple of friends, says, yeah, I'm going on a vacation this weekend, man. Where you going? I'm going to the Philippines. And then the dude's sitting at home and didn't go nowhere. And he gets a call on his phone. Hey, man, didn't I see you at the red light over there by Main Street? Yeah, you did. But you're supposed to be gone 3 days ago to go to the Philippines. I am. I'm in my backyard with them glasses on.
but you know what? The sad thing about that, they're going to know what he means when he say, yeah, I'm going to the Philippines.
That's true. I'll meet you there. I got my glasses too.
Yeah. They're gonna know what he means when he says, "I'm going to the." Yeah.
And you see this dude in his house laying in his bed by himself. Nighttime comes, talking about, good night, sweetheart. We had a good day. Ain't nobody there, but in his mind, he's laying up next to some woman.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially the older men, because you know, especially if they're a widower. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because see, I've heard older people, men and women, say, "Well, if my spouse dies, I don't have the energy. I'm not trying to start another relationship." You know, all of them say that. I don't have the energy to get to know somebody. I don't have the time. I don't feel like, because I was married for 30, 40 years, and what I look like starting all over, blah blah blah. This is going to be the perfect thing because AI. You don't have to get to know AI. AI conforms to you. So whatever you want, AI has to deliver.
And drive them old man crazy. We have to handcuff their hands behind their back.
The nursing home will be wild too.
Yeah. Yeah. Nursing home might be AIing with the patient. And they don't even know it.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be crazy. And like I said, you're going to have people that do not take these glasses off just because of that. They have a companion. Oh,
worn down? Yeah. You have to get a frame replacement. You've been using it too much. It stinks. You go to them old churches where they sing on the microphone, the old church, and you go up to this little kid to sing and say, this microphone stinks. Microphone hot. Like 8 weeks worth of breath.
Right.
Spit flying.
Yeah.
Yo,
I was looking at the design of it, and it's like a battery operated pack. So you have the battery plugs into the headset, the glasses, and then you could carry the battery in your pocket. So you're truly hands free.
Wow. Yeah, they're gonna make sure for that.
And all you have to do is keep the battery charged up so that the headset can work, so you can walk around with it.
Don't let the power go out. There will be mass panic all over the land.
Yeah, because if you're sitting on the beach and then the power go out, and then you realize, man, I'm on the back porch, looking at this overgrown yard that I ain't cut the grass in a month.
Dang.
Yeah.
Only I deal with is TI, but not no AI. Yo, TI, you know me. Furniture cushions gonna be stuck up many asses, bed sheets as well, right?
Yes.
straight doo-doo sheets. They ain't gonna want to get to a bathroom. They're gonna wear diapers with this thing on. You know what I mean?
Have you seen the movie The Surrogate? It's the movie called The Surrogate.
No, I haven't, but I heard of it.
It's been out for a few years now. I think it's an older movie now, but it talks about the whole movie was people. Everybody on the planet was had a surrogate, which means everybody on the planet had an AI machine. They would stay home and they would hook themselves up to this device, and their virtual self would be the one that will go out and work. And what you had was everybody was young and everybody was attractive.
Yeah, they're gonna make sure.
There were no old people, but in reality, towards the end of the movie, when they showed you how people actually looked, everybody was really old looking and overweight.
Oh man,
everybody.
But that's like on a spiritual level right now. If you could really see how people really look on a spiritual level, half of them look like demons because they're so twisted and gnarled and the decadence they're in. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like here's beautiful looking people who are jacked up. They're demons, man. I'm telling you. So this is another way to hide it. Yeah. Wow.
And I just thought that was so sad. I'm like, really? People just willing to let them? Yeah, but people let themselves go because they didn't have to live their actual reality. And that's the scary thing about it. People don't have to live their actual reality with this thing.
Yeah, because so many people are looking to escape. They're not going to endure the reality that they're in, whether it's their cause or not, because we have to strive. We have to work hard. We have to have discipline. We have to have a goal. Okay, I'm gonna go to school to learn this, and when I come out, I could be able to afford. We know the economy is all jacked up, but I'm just saying, like, to find some way to get out of that reality gradually and to work hard and sacrifice. It's gonna snatch that. And look what Queen Red Pill said. I fight this AI crap daily. I feel that I will lose my soul if I don't. It's more than just we're giving something up to get that.
Right.
We don't realize it. And so many people who are not in tune spiritually, it feels good to give that up to get this instead of doing it the hard way. And it's not really hard. It's what we're supposed to do, because on this level, there should be some level of being uncomfortable to keep us striving.
Well, and it's important because your life, you're gonna go through something until you die, and getting this device thinking you're gonna escape it. You're not gonna escape it.
Right. But see, you're not gonna escape it, but we're gonna set ourselves back because this journey is a test. To me, it's an assessment exam to know where to place you on the next level. There's no way you're going to be a drunk who don't watch what he eat and want to bum off people, and the next person sacrificing and doing the right thing for themselves, and they're going to end up in the same place on a spiritual level. I'm not talking over religion. I'm talking about on a spiritual level, because this is a pit stop to eternity. We got work to do here. We got work to hone ourselves, make ourselves better. We can't take anything with us, right? But for those who escape and don't do that, okay, imagine there's a big wall about maybe 6 feet, right? 7 feet, 6 feet. And just like in the police academy, you got to run to that wall with no rope and jump and grab up on the top. With this thing, you got to be in shape to do that. Right. So if we're not spiritually in shape, when that wall is up there on a spiritual level that we should have been going through the necessary trials and tribulations to get ourselves spiritually strong, when we run toward that wall to get over, we won't be able to jump up to grab the top part of it to pull ourselves over. We might grab it and can't pull ourselves over. What I'm saying is that this world, this plane wasn't made to be this perfect thing where, I was born into this rich family and I have a driver. I get everything I want. It wasn't made for that. And even if you're in that position, there's certain things you just strive and shun and deal with to make yourself grow. Because if you don't get yourself in shape, there's eternity. In nature, you see, some things die, some things live. The strong survive. You look at a garden, you see some plants die and some plants live, and the ones that die, they still have a purpose because they die and the plant goes into the soil and breaks down and feeds the roots of the next. So it's still part of life, but it's a cycle. And this thing, if you preoccupy yourself with this thing, there's certain tests that you're not going to have to go through because you've cut yourself off from life.
Right.
Makes sense, you know?
Yep. 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 But see, they'll see that it's worth it though. Their life will suck so much and they don't want to fix it.
Right.
They're so lazy, they don't want to fix it.
It's the perfect cure for the lazies.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, my life sucks. I'm too lazy to fix it. Let me get this, this device.
Right. And ride off. Because I know people who are in that state of mind as they have aged. They just cut off from life. And little gadgetry we have now, they utilize that to keep themselves distracted. And I know a handful of people that are going to go for this and they're going to brag about it. I got the Apple glasses. I got this, I got the AI thing. I'll be like, listen, I'll be like the song. Who sung that song where they said, I'll see you next lifetime.
Yeah. Oh, Erykah Badu.
Yeah, I'm going to see you next life because they're going to completely cut off. And I'm not down with that. I'm going to sit up next to you. We got these glasses on. I got stuff to do. Experience. Even if I am old, 20 years from now, I'm 80 years old. I'm going to still be kicking if I'm allowed to have that much time. Got no time for those damn glasses. And they're going to have some other stuff there too. 20 years from now, if this world continues on the way it is, could you imagine? Let's not even try. It's here now. And this is going to make it where it's the end. Is it the end?
Yeah. 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 And it's just going to get worse with the AI. Like I said, you're going to have people, in relationships, then trying to marry it, all this. Yeah. Yeah. It's just going to get worse.
They should have called it AO, ass out. Real. I'm tricky. They're going to change that I to the O soon. You want the ass out glasses? You want to jack your life up? Here, 30. And that's the price now. What you think? They're going to get the masses hooked on it. They're going to bring the price down a little bit, and they're going to come out with the $5,000.
Yeah, of course, because once everybody has it, you'll probably be able to get one for like $1,000.
Of course.
You'll probably be able, and then and like you said, the one that's 5,000, you really going to be in that. That one you really won't have to take off.
Mm-hmm. You can't stick nobody up for money no more because it'll be digital currency.
Right.
Right. Give me them glasses, man. Pow! Yo, you crazy? God damn it! Give me them glasses. And be lost and turned out because you can't see your girlfriend no more.
Yeah. Because it'll, and like I said, it's replacing a few devices, so everybody will have them on them everywhere they go. Everybody's gonna have it on them. Mm-hmm. Just like everybody have their cell phones now, everybody's gonna have that device on them.
So I ain't gonna lie, I'm laughing at my own jokes tonight. But anyway, ass out. That's right. And that old clapper. But that old clapper used to put on a lamp next to you. Clap on. AIAO, ass out.
Wow.
But no, this is a serious thing, though. We're joking, but it's a serious thing. Oh, man.
That's why I had to send this to you, because I'm like, I bet Lance does not know about this device that they're trying to push out. And like I said, it's going to be out within a year. I think it's going to be out in January, I think. I think it's going to be out. Yeah, it's going to be out in a few months.
Oh, man.
And people already know about it because I've already heard people talk about it, and they're excited about it, obviously. But
wow, look at Broderick said, hey, Lance, how about the female AIs get jealous of each other and start fighting? But in a perfect world, Roderick, in a perfect world, all the AIs going to get together. Why should we fight each other when we can both love the man, and you'll have AI threesomes? Negro never come out trying to put two glasses on at the same time.
Oh my goodness. So you think they're going to be virtual rooms where where people just going to be hooking up?
Oh yeah. And instant too, because people are good. So the real people on the other side, not like a AI, the image will be AI and avatar, but we'll have the fake stuff that attunes itself to you. And remember, you can input anything somehow, some way, and match you up perfectly with somebody who likes the same thing, the same fetish. Imagine that.
Yes.
You have to go through on the app talking to somebody, or what you prefer. You can go down to the detail, and there's no geographical proximity necessary, because they could be way in Australia and you could be up in New York City. Another person could be in China, and somebody else could be in Venezuela. Right? And it hooks you up completely. I love feathers stroked across my nipple. So, hey, let me find somebody else like that. They're the same way. Because I know girls have told me, oh, that guy, he's weird. He likes to want me to fart in his face. He gives me a lot of money for this. I mean, like, whatever it is that you like, AI is going to be the place for decadence, in the place to be. Yes, it will.
Another thing that I could bring up about AI is if we're not careful, AI can eliminate a lot of jobs too. Yeah.
Yep. No need for raises. No need to pay them. Set it up and let them do the job. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, with these cashiers and this self-checkout, that's just the start of it. Mm-hmm. But I kind of foresee in the future, like, if you don't have a skill that will either move society forward or maintain it, you won't have a job.
That's right. And even with like places like Home Depot or Walmart, where they can get automated machines to stack the shelves and
right.
Already with the automobile industry, they have a lot of robotics going on. But there'll be other things that will take over to take the people away,
Yeah.
How far can this go? Like what can we do? What will we be able to do? First of all, you have comedians, you have musicians and stuff like that. Who's going to go out to go to a comedy club now?
Right, because you won't have the money to. And see, the thing is, everybody know in any recession or when the economy is real bad, the luxury goes first, because people are focused on necessities. No one's going to want to see a comedian. No one's going to care about going to a movie. No one's going to care about that.
Hold on one second, sweetheart. This thing clipped out. I got to set it back right for some reason. Hold on one second. See, we talking about AI. They're like, oh, let's just F up their conversation because they talking too much. Okay, let me hear you. Say something again.
Hello?
Okay, don't say anymore. I got to get you right. Let me see. I got to go into my computer now. Your whole sound muted, and then it came out of the module that I'm running the audio through. So I know it sounded blank for a second to the people. Okay, say something to me again.
Hello?
Oh, damn. Wait, I got to fix this. Hold on. Okay, now, this is messed up. This is an attack, y'all. For real. There's no way this should be going this way. I'm going to cut off this module for a second, and it's going to come back on in probably 20 seconds. Just bear with me. You're still here, but the sound is coming out of my computer, and it's not coming out my headphones where it should be coming out of. So just hold tight right there, Tracy. Don't go anywhere. You're going to hear silence for the next 20 seconds. Hold on. Right. Let me hear you, Tracy.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Tracy, talk to me.
I'm talking to you now. Can you hear me?
Okay, what the hell is going on here? Can you hear me in the chat room? Look what Reese said. Can you hear me in the chat room? Tracy, you're still connected if you hear me. Hold tight, don't go anywhere. But this is really weird. It's not my internet, but let me check my internet. But it's still connected. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, I checked the internet. Okay. Everything from my side seems to be good. Let me go into the settings here. Maybe something changed with that. Let me go into the audio. Okay, I think I might have found the problem. Okay, let me see. Let me change this up. Okay, Tracy, give me a word. Let me see if I can hear you.
Hello?
Okay, we good. You back. See, both, they heard us both separately. I didn't hear you, but they heard you, and they heard, yeah, that's weird what just happened. Let me just say that. That's weird. What just happened is
We're
weird.
talking about their device that they're going to make millions off of. That's why.
Right. Thank you, Jeremy. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, trust me. AI is all up in the internet, eavesdropping on conversations. Trust me. And they know if certain combinations of words are spoken, especially somebody shadow banned like me. I mean, it's getting worse with me on this particular channel. You know, not only are they unsubscribing people, but they're not letting certain people share the video. You click to share it. It might not go through. There's a lady who called Mr. SCURV earlier today. She says, what happened to you all? I said, what happened? I've been searching for you on YouTube, but I couldn't find you. That's why I tell folks, go to LANCESCURV.com. They can't stop that. And when I embed a video or have it there, it'll still bring you. But yeah, and it will be used as a tool to shut certain people up. Maybe we just heard the first experiment. You never know.
If I had $100 for how many times I've had to click to get notifications for your videos, I'd be a millionaire. Wow. I have to do it every week now.
And that's like, after a while, you're like, damn it, I don't want to keep doing this. You know what I mean? The other trick is unsubscribe and subscribe again. Because okay, if I gain, like, say I gain 25 subscribers in that day, but they remove 75.
Oh, wow. See, that's not right.
Filling up a bucket with water, and you're like, yo, I've been here for a long time. Should have filled this bucket up. It's got a bunch of holes in there. So as much as they let you know, because I get emails when people subscribe, and I'm like, okay, I got 22 subscribers today. Then I look on the thing, negative 80. Like, what the hell?
That is sad. But like I said earlier, with AI, it's sad how many jobs it will take away, because these companies, once one company figures it out and it's perfected as far as production, and they're making more money, all the other companies will follow suit.
Yeah. But
because like I said, about a month ago, I could go in McDonald's right now, not that I eat there, but sometimes I'll do deliveries. I'll go in McDonald's and I don't have to talk to anybody. I can just go pick up the order and go walk back out.
Wow. So wait, now you go inside. When you pick up the order, it's like it's pushed to the side or something where you know what it is.
You know, they have a certain section if you do like if you deliver food, they have a certain section in these restaurants where they put the food when it's ready, they'll put it on like a certain section of the restaurant.
Right.
All you have to do is when the order comes in and I'm on my phone, I can see the order number, and all I have to do is go in the fast food place, look on the screen, find the order number. It'll either be ready or not ready. When it's ready, it'll tell me, and then I gotta just go to the section where they put the food at, pick it up, and walk out.
Right.
I haven't said not one word to the cashier or anybody that works there.
Oh, that's crazy.
And they don't even have cashiers. They just have people preparing the food. But like I said, you have a kiosk there that you can order from, and it'll give you an order number, and they just, it comes up on their screen what you ordered. They know what you ordered. You pay for it with your card.
Right.
After that, you just waiting for your food to be ready, and then they just put your food on the counter when it's ready. And that's it. There's no cashier.
Everything in this world to me is to separate us. It's like when they have automated situations to separate this or separate that with food, or distribute this and put some liquid in the bottle with it. You know, everything now is to separate human, H-U-E, you know, H-U-E-M-A-N. I ain't know about them humankind people, right? It's to separate us from each other.
Yeah.
From human. It's like we already know how they feel about nature and trying to replace it with GMO foods. Now they want to bring GMO people, like, and keep us from manifesting with each other. You know, I mean, in this new AI world, are you going to hear people with each other having a gut busting belly laugh? Will comedy be outlawed? Will the love of live music and a live band be outlawed? And you're going to have to just get to this through AI, because they want to control everything. It's about control. The digital currency is about control. So AI will always seem to be something good to you until the tables are turned. Even social media. We were so happy to not have to lick a stamp and mail a letter, even write a letter. You know, we have WhatsApp and we have Messenger and all these things that came around, and then married the smartphone. So now we have this in our hand. You can take a picture and send it to somebody you love. So they played that angle and gave us something. You know, gave us something we thought, oh, wow, this is good. To call long distance, you had to go and get a calling card or hidden codes or something, and you were going to be charged for that. So now that was the bait to get us in the cage.
Right.
Cage, the door is going to soon slam. And we won't be able to get back out and be free again. We'll have these amenities, but we realize that we're trapped, that we won't be able to indulge in each other as humans. Imagine that. They have drones flying around, and I see you and say, oh, Tracy, my sister, I miss you so much, and I hug you righteously. The drone swoops down and zaps me in the ass. It's illegal. You can't be human. There's something about our essence, especially as melanated people, that they don't want us to vibe with each other, because we're the source. Them other people are weak little, you know, like a battery that's got 3% in it, but we the power, especially when we're on. They don't like you to vibrate like that. Some people can pick it up face to face. Some of them demons that walk around and harass us, they can see the strength in us. They can see how we walk. They can sense it. Doesn't matter if you're not 6'6" and 300 pounds with no fat. You could be 5 foot. You could be 4'8". You know what I mean? 80 years old, and walk with a certain strength that they know it's your spirit, it's your soul. They don't want you to have that. So this is a way of you giving it up and then sucking it out of you. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Keeping us apart. Yeah. Because we build when we vibe with each other. When we get in a cipher, when we get in a conversation, something about us, we come away strong. Like the conversations I used to hear my parents have with their acquaintances and friends on a righteous level. I didn't understand every single word. They'd explain it to me later if I had questions, but it made me feel strong hearing this. They took away the right frequency of music. They're disconnecting us in all kind of ways. And look where we're going. So what are we going to have, little cells that we live in, where automated food is shipped to us, and we have a digital currency or some kind of thing where they give us so much a month? We put these glasses on and we can't vibe with each other. We'll die and not even know it. We'll die with these things on our face. Crazy. I don't know. Maybe my imagination is going too crazy, but that's
I mean, it's something to think about, because like I said, this is replacing social interaction, which is very dangerous to me in my book.
There's no replacing that. I'd rather sit next to a human being bored. Well, you know, sitting next to me, I ain't gonna let you get bored. I'm gonna talk your ears off. But I'd rather sit next to somebody who wasn't really than some gadget that's fake and false.
Right.
No. And we're easier for the taking, for something else to come in, because we'll be so separated. There'll be no unity. There'll be no protest. And I don't mean protest marching down to some city hall in front of some white people. No, I'm not talking about that. But when we protest in our soul, we get together and say, you know what, damn it, a revolt. We ain't taking this no more.
And people are so caught up into, oh, well, technology moves society forward. Yeah, that may be true in some cases, but at what cost?
But you know what I see? It's eventually, those who reject this is going to be just like the jab. They're going to make it mandatory, and they're going to make it available and so cheap that they'll take it out of the digital currency that we have coming, right? And it may be like communism, or, you know, you get a certain amount, everybody has the same amount. We're going to take this out and you have to wear this. And if you take it off, there's going to be a buzzer that goes off. You got to wear this at least 10, 12 hours a day. So you get,
you know how they can really get you to get this device? What did I say earlier? It replaces TV, phone, and laptop. If they stop making TVs, phones, and laptops, and you already know phones and laptops, they make them purposely now where they expire after 3 or 4 years. They don't work anymore. They won't download. They won't update. So if you're one of the people that say, okay, fine, I'll just keep my phone and my laptop, well, eventually you're not going to be able to update it. So you're going to have to get these glasses, because if they stop making laptops, smartphones, and TVs, you're going to have to get this.
And for those who can work at home through this thing, and also through their laptop, when they stop making laptops, so there'll be some type of format that you're going to have to get this then. If you, we'll give you this if you work at this job. We'll give you this. You know, or for others, you have to buy it at a reduced price if it's for work. But now that's all way to getting in your mind to separating you. And like I said, the separation is going to really start, and it's not going to take long. It's not like, well, this is a 15-year plan. No. You're going to be AO in 3 or 4 years. And we ain't talking about AI. You're going to be ass out in about 3 or 4 years.
Right, because like I said, all they got to do is stop making laptops and smartphones. That's all they got to do. Stop making it. You see how they did the DVDs? They don't make DVDs anymore. They don't make VCRs anymore.
That's messed
up. They don't make cassette players anymore. They're obsolete. So they're gonna make. I see them making the laptop and the smartphone obsolete.
Yeah. And to stay connected, I'm not gonna say we, but people think even with me, oh, what you gonna do then? I'll just draw pictures and mail them to you. I'll call you.
They won't have a mailing system. Remember, everything. If everything's digital and paperless, you won't have a mailing system.
I know people from here that travel out of it. Listen here, I'm gonna do this little thing, and here's 10 of them. Just distribute them, whatever. I'll just be AO, ass out.
But yeah, that's how they could get you to get this device. Just stop making, the laptop and the smartphone.
I hear you, Broderick. Yeah, he said, shh, you give them ideas, right?
We are. Oh, well, you know what? I see his comment now. Yeah, I know. Might be giving them ideas, but still, I mean, I see that happening because, like I said, it'll be very easy for them to do if they wanted to make you buy this. Be very easy for them to do that.
Ooh, yeah, it's just my imagination. AI is taking notes.
Because TV, really, if you really think about it, what's the purpose of a TV now?
I know. It has no purpose. I got a TV.
The TV is becoming obsolete. Like I said earlier, I'm thinking about getting rid of my TV because I don't have a purpose for the TV. You can look at Netflix on your laptop or your phone or whatever streaming service you have. You don't really need do you really need a flat screen TV?
Exactly. It's just like my cheap friend said. I didn't even finish the story with him yet. It's just a quick one. I said, he used to be a gadget guy, right? All he has is a phone now. He had all the audio and all this and all that. So I said, man, you always used to keep a huge TV, even a big box of rear projection TVs. I had one of those too, right? And yes, I did. Big old heavy dust collector, right? And if you stood to the side of it, you couldn't see it too. You're gonna be like kind of in front. So he said, yeah, I don't need that no more. I said, well, what changed you? He says, well, if I want a big screen TV, all I gotta do is hold the phone closer to my face. I'm like, I said, you got a point there. Right. Oh man, that's funny.
What's the point?
I know. You can't
spending $1,200 for these TVs, 60, 70, 80 some inch TV. I'm spending thousands of dollars. Like for what?
And you can't watch it in the street, but you can watch that phone, or you can put that mask on. You can take the phone in your commute. You know what I mean? With the TV, you have to be right there to watch it.
Right.
And we're too mobile now. I mean, yeah, if you want to sit there and watch it when you're home, you're eating, you invite somebody over, nice little date or something like that. But other than that, when you walk out the door, you grabbing your phone.
Well, see, these glasses will still replace that, because think about it. Apple's coming out with these glasses. So you already know Samsung's going to come out with something.
Mm-hmm.
Because Samsung is like, okay, we're not going to miss out on any money because everybody's going to be looking at these Apple Pro. Android's going to come out with their own version of the glasses.
You're right. You're right. And the battle is on.
Yeah.
The price will come down.
Oh yeah. It's just this new technology. That's why it's $3,500. But like I said, I see this being like down to $1,000. Because remember when cell phones first came out, they were laptops. Remember when laptops first came out? They were very expensive. Now you can get a laptop now for like $200 now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A good one too. The one that's $200 now is better than the one years ago that was thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
That's the part.
Yeah. So these glasses by 2025, you'll be able to get a pair for like $1,000.
Wow.
Well, no, not even, probably not that soon. I would say before 2030, you'll be able to get a pair for like $1,000.
Yeah, because they want that. Mm-hmm. And they're going to find a way to make it mandatory somehow with the next pandemic. That they already
it's going to be mandatory once they stop making cell phones and laptops, though.
Yeah. They're going to force you into it.
All they have to do is stop making laptops and cell phones. That's all they got to do. Matter of fact, they're going to probably stop making TVs first, because TVs, they're already kind of pointless now. So I can see the TV going first.
Mm-hmm. Person in the chat room named Weird, he says, what is this? Why am I here? Well, if you can't figure that out by now, if you don't know that by now, you will never know it. Ooh. All the things. Like, would you tie your shoes today?
Somebody's asking, do we think that the library will go out of business? Probably, because we have the internet now.
Yeah.
You can look stuff up. Yeah. And plus, with Kindle, you can read books online. You can just download the Kindle app. And
And what's the real reason most people go to the library now?
Right.
Man, I'm going to the library, man. I got to get on the internet. They don't go there for books. Some still do. But they go in there for the internet. Most of the people I know a lot of homeless people in Orlando who, they were homeless and whatever. They live in they're like, hey, man, where you going? I'm going to the library, man. Oh, what you going to look for? I'm going to get on the internet, man. I'm trying to get a job. I'm like, oh, okay.
And now don't even do that, because with smartphones now, everybody's smartphone has the internet. So
that's right. It's no excuse.
But like I said, this is something, because it's going to replace the devices that we have now, and because they're trying to make it where everything is going to come from one source.
Right.
Right now, you got too many you got the TV, you got the smartphone, you got the laptop, you got the iPad, got all that. They're trying to combine everything into one device.
Mm-hmm. That's something to think about. Because see, if you had this conversation back in 1980,
before I was even born or thought about, but okay.
What the hell are they talking about? Laptops? What is that? Laptops?
They probably don't even know the word. Well, no, y'all did have the word computer back in 1980, so y'all knew what a computer was.
In the 70s, yeah.
Yeah.
And so the lingo has changed, and just like you know, even though you were born around that certain time, you knew what a DVD was, right?
Yes.
Now it's ancient. So how do you think I feel knowing what it's like for a cassette tape to break? And I got to get the little tiny screwdriver to open up the cassette tape case and get some tape and try to put it together and put it back. And every time it goes up, that's where I come from.
You probably heard that crunching noise over the music too.
Yeah. Even at the end, like say for example, you have records and you touch the actual grooves. You got potato chip oil in your hand or dirt and grit and. We used to have parties where everybody brought their music, even before DJs and equipment. Man, nobody had no time for that. We played music on the record player, and then to change it, the arm had the music went off so it could change to the next one. So people who brought their music, like say for example, the song Rockin' Chair. Let me be your rocking chair, rock you everywhere, right? So 3 people might have brought them same records. Right? So at the end of the night, they got mixed up. How do we know which was which unless we wrote something on there? Most of the time, we didn't write on our records in the middle part. We knew it by the scratches. Because at the end, when the music is cutting off, you hear it. Oh, yeah. That's mine. Huh? I know them scratches. You playing somebody else? No, that's not mine. You got scratches in places of the song where I don't have none.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
And I remember when DVDs came out and Blu-ray and, VCR, all that is obsolete. All of it is obsolete now. I was at work last week. This is funny. I was at work last week and this lady in HR, she was trying to give away how they made the TVs with the DVD player attached to it at the bottom?
Nobody wants that.
She couldn't even get, she was like, I tried to go to Goodwill, but they wouldn't take it. I'm like, of course, because nobody buys DVDs anymore. Everybody is streaming now. And so she's going around the whole entire building asking who wants it. Nobody wants it. She cannot get rid of that. I'm like, you might as well take that to like a junkyard or a scrapyard or something and let them just take that apart because no one wants that.
There's some 75-year-old man who still has his DVD collection who'll gladly take it. I'll give you $15 for it. And even if it was something where DVDs were still around, when that DVD player broke, you had to take the whole TV and that thing together.
Yeah.
All that stuff, you never buy that stuff. And Broderick said, Lance, what would a dollar van be like with AI? Use Cash App? Yeah. Your dollar van would have to have your Cash App handle.
You know what? Your dollar van, you couldn't take cash. So you know how you had that card thing on your phone, that little device, you would have to have one of those.
Yeah.
They couldn't pay cash because what are you going to do with cash?
The hustle's good. Yeah. So me being out here in the Ghana, and we went down to another market that's far more better than the one we don't even go to the other one we used to go to, the street market, whatever. And I asked the question, I was like, I said, imagine when digital currency comes around, what these folks gonna do? They probably gonna still honor money and hold on to cash and don't care.
Right. Well, I mean, over there, yeah, I'm talking about. Oh, but over here,
Getting over like that.
And some people might try to do that underground. No, you still can't. It's still not going to work because where are you going to go? Yeah.
Unless you're
going to have to be a hacker. You're going to have to be a professional hacker to get people's money.
Mm-hmm. If you're a prostitute, you can get paid in food. Give me 15 mangoes, 10 watermelons. If you trick, you got to go find a way to barter to get that to give the hooker.
Yeah. And it's like, what would you steal? Like, what good would you steal? Because now people steal stuff and they sell it for money. But what would you do in a digital world where there's no cash? How would you steal something? Like, what would you?
Or some inmate come out of prison and he forgets. He knows that he heard about it and knows about it. And as soon as he gets out, he go rob somebody and try to sell it and can't sell it. Imagine that. And get locked up. There you go. I ain't sell it. It don't matter. You stole it. You locked up. But about strippers, right? That's the same thing. They're gonna be coming home with bags of groceries, TV sets, whatever.
Right.
But how you gonna pay your rent with all of that? You know what I mean? Unless you work out a deal with the landlord.
We all know what that deal might be, so no, we're not doing that.
No, I'm just saying the ones who do that. You know what I mean? Not the decent young ladies, right? But there'll be some. How is she paying her rent? She ain't got no job. She don't have no skill. She's up in there all day. She leaves at night and comes home with groceries.
I'm thinking since they won't be able to get cash, it'll probably be something else that they need, like you said, groceries or something. It's gonna have to be something that they need because it won't be money.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You know, like I said before, every technology was driven by the sex industry. Like, okay, VCRs. And this is a fact. This is something that I read and I discussed numerous times with friends of mine back then who were into that. And it's not just because you can get Star Wars back there and watch a TV at home. It's because of the adult material that you can look at and everything. The DVDs, where you can stop at one point and have it set to play over and over, you know. That stuff. So this seems to me to be something that it can be driven by that from what you see, but in practical ways, it's going to wipe all that out. Really, the ones who are out there hustling and making money in that way, the digital currency plus this is wiping you out because see, you can't make money illegally without them monitoring it. And if you do, right, we still have taxes to pay. Are they going to calculate your taxes and take it out automatically?
They probably are because if it's no physical money, they can all they got to do is press a button. Say, okay, you owe this in taxes. Press a button, have it like wired out of your account. That's all they have to do.
Oh yeah, I was saying AI prostitutes. You just stay inside and be an AI prostitute, right? and name your start a business like, you know, so-and-so consulting, or you're doing some type of psychotherapy, because that's basically what it's going to be on a lewd level, psychotherapy. But it's, you know, get around it, just to get around it. I consult with my clients and, you know, you speak and talk their problems to me. And lots of times that's what it is too, because see, I'll go back to the crew days. I'm a comedian and I'm a sexual being. I always bring things back to sex, but they used to have, and they still have them, the peep shows, right? Where different types, you go in this little booth, you watch a movie, right? It's very small. Do not lean on the walls, y'all, because you're going to have somebody's next generation on your clothes. Okay.
Oh, wow.
The thing would pull up and you peek in this little square glass thing, and there are different pairings of people having sex just naked. Then you have the other one where you go into this booth, close the door, and this thing comes up like a divider, and there's a woman right there in front of you, like 3 feet in front of you, but there's fiberglass there. And you ask them what you want to, you know, and every token may give you like a minute. So you better go in there with a whole lot of tokens. Guys in there playing with themselves. Oh, nope, it's going down. Hold on, let me put some more tokens in there, you know. But that was driven that way. But things have morphed, but there's always that element there. So there'll be some way of getting money. Somebody's going to think of some way of getting money. Either you have a legitimate type of business that you launder your funds through or whatever. But hey, somebody's going to figure it out because somebody's an addict, a pervert, or whatever have you. And they got to have it. And
well, yeah, they will figure that out. But the thing is, it's going to be hard to hide money. When it's digital like that, it's going to be extremely hard to hide money.
Right. Like I said, unless you barter. Hey, baby, I'm hungry. I'll give you a little something for them 3 mangoes over there. No. Few CK to the digital currency. We ain't got to, you know. We got our own thing.
That would be sad. I'm selling sex for food. No.
She just fell off. I think AI is messing with us tonight. I know she has a link, so she'll come back on. AI, you come on. You ain't gonna stop me from thinking. I'll take a bullhorn and have a show live on the corner. LANCESCURV show at 45th and 9th. There she goes. Okay. All
for
right,
no
you're
reason.
back.
They
Yeah,
keep
they messing with us. Up, she fell off again. What the heck? AI in effect. Cyber gangs. AI Crips and AI Bloods. They won't say Crips and Bloods though. They look all metallic. Yeah, I'm down with the copper gang, y'all. I'm down with the silver gang. Yeah, you kept falling off. AI is working.
they keep you see they kicked me out twice, right?
I can't even run a daggone platform with my name on it. They interfering with the bad boy.
They kicked me out. I must have said, what did I say that pissed them off like that? That's crazy.
Yeah,
I was just
know.
making fun of your AI. That's all I was doing.
That's right. No, when I said prostitute for mangoes, they're like, oh no, you're gonna beat the system. No, but if we have unity and work with and actually borrow things, which will be hard to gauge the value of certain, not just items, but services. We can work around it, but it's going to take us to have unity. This is why they work hard to break us up. Black folks are all jacked up in the head. And we're going to have to get together to beat this thing. You know, because AI is not going to make you laugh the way you laugh when you at the family cookout or your neighbor's cookout. Playing good old music and reminiscing on the good old days and escaping AI not by going into the past, but joining up with each other like you always do. You know, is it going to be where we're going to have to ask permission to have a family reunion? You know, places where we vibe with each other.
Yeah, that's yeah. And will people want to still get together when they have this device? You know, everything's so advanced. Will people still want to come together?
Mm-hmm.
Or will they be because think about it. The people that are being born now and this device is coming out, this is all they're gonna know. They're not gonna know interaction. They're not gonna know how to be social. They're not gonna know that. So this will be a norm for them, having a device like this around.
Mm-hmm. Superficial laughter. So AI generated laughter to appeal to your specific brain so it makes you laugh more. AI generated jokes. You ain't gonna want to go to the cookout. Everything is just right to what you want. Only thing, AI, you ain't gonna generate no food for me. I'm a brother who like to eat. What you gonna do? I can't culinarily masturbate the food. I gotta eat the real thing. Oh, look at that food. It feels good. I'm playing with my tongue. No, I need a plate of food. Had me out here like that dog in the parking lot at KFC waiting for a bone to come out the window. Oh, hungry dog, eating anything. They knocked her out. Yeah. Wait. Now you're Hold on. You know you can't now? Yeah, but wait a second. Whoa. Hey, hold up. Wait a minute. Wait. Okay, at the bottom of the screen, like from in the program, I see the screen. I see the chat room on the right-hand side. I have a little box, tiny little box that has me in there, SCURV, whatever. And there's one next to you, next to me, that has a T, Tracy J, because that's how you type your name in. A third box popped in with Tracy J looking just like yours. And I opened it figuring you fell off the other one. And that's where you heard the echo. Who was that?
Oh, gosh.
Who was that? Y'all heard the echo.
Am I being cloned? I think I'm being cloned. I don't know.
Well, it might be you because they can't get to me so fast out here physically.
Oh, wow.
They don't want it that bad. So I get up in the mountains. Wow. This is what the other thing that happened. Like, why did it happen? Like, okay, sometimes the sound falls off in a different way. Sometimes I get knocked off because of a power outage or a glitch in electricity. Because, you know, electricity doesn't always flow through the circuits evenly. So sometimes you can get a rush and it kind of knocks you out. So that we know here that when, especially with power outages, if boom, it goes out, it'll take a couple minutes for you to get back onto the phone. So people who don't know, they're like, okay, I'm out of here. Other folks who are here, like, just give it a second, he'll be back. So what was this? Another you came into this never happened. This never happened. You can come in twice, but off a different device. But you just on your phone. Yeah, you just came in twice again. How'd that happen? Somebody,
Lance, I'm telling you, I don't know. I do that.
Cover your windows before you go to sleep tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Object if you don't have a firearm.
Oh yeah. I might be like that lady Lucy in that movie.
Right. And see, oh damn. I can duplicate that in a sense. Like, okay, if I take my headphones off and put it near the mic, you'll hear feedback. Listen. If I put them back on my ears and turn the sound on my modulator, but it wasn't like that. It was real feedback. Because there was another you on there. Are they cloning you?
I don't know. They don't need to, though. They'll have something on their hands if they do.
Was that an electronic threat? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I only cut, I had to cut one of them out. It was bringing feedback. I was like, maybe she came in again on a different, because like, okay, I can pop in again. I have this through my
I could do that. I could see if I might could do that, pop in, because all I would have to do is press the link, right? And I could like duplicate myself, right?
Not on the same line though. If you're
already I don't know. I was trying to think. I don't know.
Oh no, I know that part in and out. You know what I mean? Because I know this program. Like I can pop in and come through again and maybe make some feedback if I see, because I have to open you up.
Right.
Person pops in, they just don't, hey, how you doing? They can't do that. I gotta click it and let them in. Now they might be muted. I could have 10 people here and they all could be muted, right? As soon as one opens up, if it's just one of them, it's okay. They might bring background noise, but they're not going to duplicate themselves on the same gadget. They cannot do.
Oh my goodness!
So that was something.
I have no idea. They might have just assigned me some special powers. I know I can't get those glasses now because man, no telling what I'll be able to do. So no, I might be able to teleport myself. I don't know. I don't know.
No. They'll mess you up if you wear it one time. They'll wire your brain to make you feel like you got to go to the bathroom all the time. Walking out, I got to turn back around, take care of this. On the bus. Let me get off of this bus. You're in the classroom. Let me get out of this classroom. You sit there and nothing.
Yeah.
Your life. That was strange. That was really strange.
Yeah.
And how to cut off in a different kind of way. I knew to shut one thing down over here and see if it can come back. And we weren't hearing each other. And the way I had my stuff set, on this Apple computer in front of me, it stays set that way for shows. The way I have it wired up for shows with my other audio modules, it stays that way. So it's not like, I got to take this out and put this in. Whenever I change something for whatever other reason, but I have other computers for that. So when I'm doing my graphics, it's on another computer. When I'm setting up the link for the show, lots of times I'll do it on the Apple, but I set it up on the computer because the Apple is plugged straight in, right? It doesn't have its own battery. There have been times I work on the Apple and the power outage happens, I lose all the work. So I usually set up my show link on the laptop, so if the power goes out, I still got about an hour or so worth of power. I can continue setting it up, and as the power don't come on, I'll be like, I'm going on the show on the phone. It's not the same audio quality, but it can get. Lots of times I've done shows sitting up here in the dark.
What? Well, hey, sometimes that's the best way to do them. You don't need any type of visual distraction.
Right. Queen Red Pill. She said, I heard voices that were not your guys speaking. I know what I heard. See that?
What? Oh my goodness.
I'll take credit for that one too. They ain't you. They just messing with me. I know that. Damn it, he won't shut up. He's 60 years old, won't sit his ass down. He's still doing these damn shows exposing us. I'm just asking questions. And you know
they're mad because we're talking about their device.
Yep.
So yeah.
We're not sold on it. And they're randomly removing videos, old videos of mine. and just making us up stuff. Oh, medical misinformation. Well, that's one of the things with the community guidelines, but I never gave no information like I'm a doctor. I'll just ask questions, but they hate that. When you question their authority and what they're putting out there, you're a real live breathing one who's going to challenge them. And if you influence a little bit of people, so that's why they're trying to crumble this. They're not trying, they are. I'm wheels go off. I don't care. What they going to do? They can come meet me up in the mountains. Trust me. They don't want that. I got in a whole lot of dirt.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I know who the crocodiles are, so don't try me. These dudes, you know, I ain't making fun of nobody, but they will do something for $1. So you want me to take the body and put it over there with the crocodile? Yeah, get over there before it dies out. They only eat things that are alive.
No.
Some of them are brainwashed. I'll be like, yo, I'll give you $100 guaranteed, the equivalent, and I'll give you a blonde white woman. Oh, I want to go do that now for you. I only see a brony white woman on the movie. I don't tell nobody, but I secretly want one. Now, where I'm going to get one from, I don't know. Just take care of the job. I'll pay you some more money. Yeah, you're right. Queen Red Pill, they do that. So just like I spoke on the trans athletes, I made sure to go close to the line, but I know the catchwords and phrases, and they always want to frame you with hate speech. So I made sure they couldn't do that. Toward the end, I kind of forgotten. I think I put my foot over the line, but for the most part, you know, they look for you. They watch you. They on you. They on this channel. Yeah. Like I said.
Oh, wow.
That surprised me.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's the process I want to do also, is to I found a good site that has a cloud connection, which I don't even trust them. But I got 5,600 something videos, whatever. And as you well know, especially back from the old days, a lot of them are 5 and 6 hours long and stuff like that. I mean, on the norm, we do something a couple of hours. It's already 2 hours and 11 minutes that we've been on. And I know you got to get to bed and get on to do, so we'll wrap it down soon because I want to go over your limit. But, you know, if they snatch everything down, it's going forever. There's no, oh, well, we'll hold on to it and let you down. So I got to do that now. And I thought I had that when I had the Vimeo, like Vimeo. That's another thing you pay for. It's like YouTube, but when you pay for the premium account, it's white labeled. Why can't it be black labeled, right? But it's white labeled, meaning there's nothing on there. And corporate entities use that for their company videos, but they're not making like all these thousands of videos. They may have, you know, how-tos or whatever. You have a company, you have a website, you're trying to explain the product. Well, they'll use that for that. So they don't really need to get the premium, right? But me, I said, okay, I'll pay for the premium, which was $900 something. But I said, you know what? If YouTube knocks me out, I have everything on there. But that night we did the show with the Irritated Genie, and I embedded it in the site. So in essence, it had nothing to do with YouTube. Nothing to do with it. YouTube don't know nothing about it. I promoted it and said, at this time, we will be speaking a certain way, whatever, with a certain person, go to the site at this particular time. I thought I had it made. I could do whatever controversial show I wanted. But then they messed with the site. When it wasn't even getting up the next one. I lay down for like an hour and got back and checked my stuff. If I go to take a leak, I'm checking my stuff on the computer. That's how paranoid I am. Catch things in time. So when I went to my website and saw videos of sailboats. Like they totally gutted the inside out where I have regular videos and put sailboats, different videos of sail. I'm like, what?
That is crazy.
And then when I went, I logged in, but in my attempt to remove those things, because one day I'm gonna open up when I'm sharing the screen. I'm gonna open up. Well, let me show you all now. We're still talking about what we're talking about. Let me just show you now. Okay. I'm gonna show you now. Hold on. I know I'll never. I'm full of songs and they pay me no mind.
You're good.
I'll sing that song. They take all my videos down. I know I'll never love this way. Yeah, I think AI could do that, Broderick. While we, yeah. Oh, they're faster. Oh, they're faster than the 3-card Monte dealer. Yeah, but through some predictive type of thing. Okay, let me show you all. Okay, I didn't even do it yet. Wait, let me take this banner off, which you're gonna see nothing but. I really want to show you, and it got all up in the guts of my site. See, running this thing is not as easy as people think. What I have to deal with after, I'm not even looking for no props. Okay, look, present. I'm gonna show y'all now. Share screen. Okay. Okay, what screen now? Damn, I'm supposed to go out of there. Okay, we're on that. Let me just, now let me go to this and see if it, okay. All right, that's the bottom of the website, okay? I wanna make this thing bigger, so I'm gonna go to a different screen where you don't see us on the side. Okay, that's the bottom. This is the front of the website, but it's the bottom. Let's go up. This is the actual page of the show with Beatrice. But we're going to come out of that. Across the top here, you see dashboard. Let's go to dashboard. I'm just going to show you, like, each little thing you can hit brings up like a whole lot of other things. Okay, now we're here in the dashboard. But look to your right. Look to your very right. Let me just check and see what it looks like. Okay, hold on. All right, you can pretty much see. So I'm not going to come back to this. Okay, look, posts. All posts add new categories, tags, videos. Each thing that I highlight brings other things that bring other things. Comments, downloads. Okay, let's go down a bit. Now we're going to go into the guts of the site on how it looks. Video settings, theme options. Okay, we're going to go into theme options. This is the part when you get to, see, they could have really jacked me up. Okay. General settings. Bang. Look at all that. If I hit these again, it goes to more. Header settings. Maybe not as much. Styling. Typography. Footer settings. APIs. Mobile settings. And that's just one thing that just opened up to all these other things. Okay? So styling. Okay, header settings. Okay, let's go here. General settings. Okay, look. Layout settings, social icons, post settings, pay from the one prompt. So I know all of these prompts in my head. All right. So I know this template inside out with all of these things, appearance, right? Replies, forums. Okay. You open up forums. It's always in different templates, whatever. You got to be a computer with this. This YouTube is way easier. I got all my posts here that I can get into. They found a way to kind of mess up and put things. Okay, there it goes, right? The BRICS Summit, right? Word on the shoulders. All the posts that I have to transfer from YouTube and put them in here and deal with the other things that wrap the video. It's not just a matter, oh, just put the video in there. No, here's the tags, where it's going to go. One more thing. Each post, okay, the BRICS Summit. Let's go into edit. This is what it looks like on the inside for me. Hold tight. Here it comes. Right? You put the title, the video, the chat room. Here are the tags down the right side. But if you slide all the way down here, we got more. I'll put the words in there. If I click this, there's so much. Everything you click is a lot. It's a lot.
This is a lot.
Yo.
Wow.
And we got all these things on the side. You go over here to settings. Look at this. It pulls up a whole other thing. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is like you knowing every street of a big city. And so when I have a problem, and I'm saying all this to say that when I have a problem with the site, I better know where to go. Because what you see on the top is easy. You just click on a few things. All right. So when I'm done and I have a problem, so what they did, they put them things in and I could not get to the part to change it and take it out. I had to call my friend in Dubai who does the heavy lifting, and he's the guru. He knows everything. I do 95% of this stuff. This is what I know. So they got in there, and then Vimeo gave me an email basically saying, we're not doing business with you anymore. And what I had, we didn't curse. We didn't have naked ladies on there. We didn't have any of those things on. You know what I mean? No sex or whatever.
That's wild.
And on Vimeo, they allow nudity in a creative way. Or like, you know, you're out in African tribes or somewhere in Australia with the Aboriginal people and they walk around with their dicks out. They'll let that go. And we didn't do none of that. So they shut me down. So I'm really at the mercy of YouTube until I get this stuff done. So that's why I know how to talk around certain things, but they're still coming at it. So I'm not complaining. You know, and I got a little battles that way. So this is an all-day thing of thinking. Creating and talking is the easy part. You know what I mean? That's the easy part. Creating and talking is the easy part. It's like I got to know everybody's refrigerator in the whole city. Like, oh, this one over here, 5 blocks over, got mustard. I'm going to use that. This one over here got, and you got to memorize this stuff. But you never forget it. This is what I've been doing for years. That's why a lot of these YouTubers don't have no substantial site. You know what I mean? They may have some cheesy light thing up because they ain't going to get into all of this. And they were coming at me that way. And I couldn't change it. I was like, yo, they really trying to, you know. And
that
it's
is
people
something.
Kanye West had a problem with. I'm telling you that 100% sure. Yep.
Crazy.
Yep.
That's okay. You persevered. That's fine.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that bother me. See, and I'm not saying this in a narcissistic way, but I know I'm bad. He's bad by his damn. But you gotta, doing this, you better have knowledge, not even belief. You better know what you're doing. When you walk that ring walk and you go down to the center of the ring, you better know that you're gonna kick that guy's behind. You trained for it, you've been through enough. I'm ready for this. You can't show me nothing else that I haven't seen. And on an internet level, I'm built for this. They gotta cheat to come and get me. They had to cheat the rules, but hard work, staying up late at night, they can't whip me. That's what they know. Because we're going to keep this thing going. I don't care if they say I got -5 subscribers. They already cut it off where you can't get a notification. They already cut it off where most of the time you can't share a video. That's crazy. Share a link. Just put the link. Don't even share, you know, just copy it and take the .com off of it. Where somebody else added on. It's getting to that level. And most folks ain't going to do work like that. Man, they ain't doing all that. But they don't know what I do. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. They, yeah.
That's why I say we're going to keep them looking like a raccoon with no sleep.
That's right.
We're going to keep on going. Like we did that little 3.5 hour show or whatever with Beatrice. They probably said, damn, he's doing another one? Because right now it's 5:01. So what?
Yeah. Well, it is what it is.
They trained for 12 rounds. I trained for 50.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because yesterday wasn't a work day, and today's not a work day for me. So it doesn't matter. It's 101 where I am, but hey, it's all good.
Right. I was whipped up the banner, whatever said, I'm going to whip this up. What I tell you, I'm going to get you the link 5 minutes.
Yeah, because this was long overdue. The AI conversation was long overdue. So
exactly.
Yeah, we needed to have that conversation, especially when, like I said, when I found these glasses, I'm like, what do they do? What? At first, my first reaction was, who's going to buy this? But then I figured there's going to be a lot of stupid people and lazy people that's going to see this as like gold. So they'll probably buy it, but I'm not buying this.
Right.
They're going to have to make me get this. And then by the time I get it, it's probably going to be down to $500.
or they'll offer it to you if you decide to buy a new car. You get the glasses free.
No, I don't want it. I still don't want
it. You walk out there and give it to somebody.
Right, I walk out and hand it to somebody. Hey, look. You know you want this, right? I'll probably give it to one of them homeless people. Oh my God, this is my dream. Okay, well, I'm here to make your dream come true. Here you go. Yeah, I don't see the purpose. Like I said, it's good if you want to do work on it, like on your laptop. If it does that, anything past that, I'm like, no.
Right.
That's a no for me.
Wow. I don't want nothing to do with that. especially looking
And
like that.
it can't be healthy for your eyes, because if you're able to enlarge stuff and make it, like a have a what is that, panoramic?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm saying that
Can't
right.
get away from it. You turn around, something looking at you too.
But it can't be good for your eyes though. I don't see how that could be, because they're telling you now about the computer screen and how you shouldn't be looking at that all day long.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And what do you think this thing is doing? And this even closer. It's like right on your face. So it's not like you have any distance between.
Is it all over my face? Man, that song.
Mhm.
Oh, that was a year after you were born. You don't remember that? No, you probably
Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, you're right. I don't. I do not. I do not. I do not. But yeah, I don't see how it could be a healthy,
no,
thing.
physically, spiritually, nothing out of it. It'll give you that rush. It's like, what's that drug? It's either Molly or what's the other one? Ecstasy. I think it was ecstasy. That when you take it one time, the first time, you get such a rush from it because it kind of strips out a certain chemical in the brain all at one time. And you get a rush from this that you never forget. And it still affects you. I remember when I was bouncing in this club in Orlando when I used to work at corrections, and this one girl would always kind of follow me. She would stand like 6 feet away from me and stare at me, and she was dancing. And then she started undulating, and I'm like, oh man. So the other guys are like, yo, man, what you do to that girl, man? I said, I don't know. It was the whole night, 4 or 5 hours. And then when it was time to go, she ran up on me and she caught me by surprise. I pushed her off me, but she jammed her tongue down my throat. But she caught me sideways. You know what I mean? Like she walked past me in front of me and then walked next to me and then got me that way.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, no.
Yeah, I'll spit all on the side of my mouth. And I'm like, I say, hey, what the hell are you doing? What, am I beat her up? You know what I mean? Come on, baby, we're going home, right? No, I ain't going home with you.
Wow.
Folks go to these clubs. Look, folks go to these clubs and get high on. Look, drug dealers might be mad when these glasses come out. Ain't nobody buying.
Everybody gonna be mad. Even the people that own nightclubs and lounges. No one's gonna be coming.
Right.
Because they're gonna have these virtual rooms that they've created.
And nobody will be coming, but they'll be coming, but not arriving. They'll be hooked up with
right. Right.
Wow.
Because think about it. I don't have to get dressed for the club. I could just pick how I want to look for that night.
Right. You ain't got to buy no clothes. You can be broke with no wardrobe, no cab fare, gas money to get there. A couple crackers in the refrigerator with some cheese, some fake cheese. I don't know. You be broke as anything, looking like $1 million.
And how do you think dating will be?
Well, at some point, you're going to have to deal with, you're going to have to deal with the reality of meeting somebody. They're going to
find a way to date on this thing. They're gonna
oh, yeah. They could, I mean, and there's no repercussions from it. Me and Mrs. Jones, we got a thing going on. We meet every day at the same cafe, 6:30, and no one knows we are there. Yeah, we made everything on AI. What you gonna have, a fake husband on there looking to kill you? You mess with his wife?
And but see, the thing is, you could have a date, but you won't be able to do nothing but talk on that. You won't be able to do anything that you would do on a normal. I mean,
well, yeah, I mean, like regular or like intimate. I mean, like, what you gonna do? You can't
even be intimate. They don't have. I don't think they have it where. I don't think they're gonna have it where you could do anything like that you could physically do besides talk and look at the other person. I don't think that. I don't think it'll be that far yet.
Yeah,
this one won't be able to do that, but I think the ones that they develop.
I'm gonna tell you how.
What you say?
Oh no, I'm gonna tell you how it's done. You're gonna hear the song, "Giving him something he can feel." This was about the suit, right? If this was a real person, I'm going to try not to speak as lewd, right? I'm talking about sex a whole lot. What's up with me, right? I'm 60, but I'm still alive. This is the thing. You're going to wear a suit. It may not be a tight, like a scuba suit, but a little looser. And over your genitalia, over your whole body, it's going to be connected to this AI thing, right? Now, if it's a real person over there on the other side of the world or whatever, they're going to have the same suit too. And you can see them. And you're going to reach out in front of you and you're going to have cyber hands that can touch things and move it. And it's going to pick up the pressure, the sensitivity of what you do. Now, we ain't going too far with this, but you can imagine that if somebody is stimulating your nipple, right, then it's going to translate to you feeling it. So you'll be on the other side. Oh, you know how to touch me. Oh, my God. So they may have something you slide over your mouth. And you don't see the person no more, but you look down there, they go, and they know, I didn't say it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Come on, baby.
Oh,
no. And so they'll be sitting there in their chair, standing up. Imagine walking in on somebody, right? And they doing the do this way. But you walking on the dude with the suit on and the glasses, and he's on the ground but he's up holding imaginary hips doing doggy style. Like, yo, what are you doing humping there, man? Oh,
yeah. And this is why that'll appeal to a lot of older gentlemen.
Yep. Because, they won't be some little limp something. In the AI world, they'll be, but also imagine in Toronto, they have the fake dolls, the silicone dolls, and they have a whorehouse for that. Where you go and you pay and you lay down. I think we talked about that before. I did a show on that, where you go into a room and there's some little doll. It ain't the fake old dolls that got the plastic seam from when they, put the thing together. These things are lifelike down to the detail, down to the nerve endings. Well, they don't have nerve endings, but when you push where you have to push, it feels, that's what they say. I never been to Canada anyway, right? So they did a show on that. I did a show on that. And it's like, look at what men are going for. These things don't even move or talk or what, not that they have to, but you're with somebody, that's not real. If I was a single dude, those things, they make them look so-called gorgeous, but it's nothing to it. Give me the 350-pound chick with the titties down to the ankles. I'd rather deal with that if it's real. Cakes for you. Better than. Give me that. I'll take, because you're real. I'll do it too. I'll make love to that old fat woman. I'm telling you, better than that old thing. That's masturbation. And like I said, to me, with the dolls in the whorehouse, that's a way to collect your sperm, your DNA. What are they doing with it? Because you ain't gonna be like, let me just take this with me. No, it's all up in the doll. They take it. Who they might be cloning you, might be experimenting with that. It's too much sick stuff in the world right now that is going to connect down the road. And to me, ultimately, they want to keep you from being human and draw that energy out of you. They don't want you to have your human energy for yourself. They want to draw it out of you. And there's so many different ways of doing this. They're sucking it out of us and it's killing us. And to me, it's all about these disembodied entities that want to come on this plane. You don't see. I'm saying it right here. It's not just men and women creating this stuff. They're the middleman. There's something that came from a different dimension on a spiritual level that ain't too cool, it's evil, but they jealous of you being able to sit there and eat a mango, fall asleep, have some sex and feel it and be in love. They don't like that. They jealous. Something's jealous of what we have. And they want it. They want to experience it. So they need a body. They need to get on this plane. I'm just going to say it at the expense of looking crazy. Maybe like 100 years from now, that damn LANCESCURV, he was brilliant. He was on to us.
Hopefully they won't have you cloned into something.
Yep. Look at what Queen Red Pill. So Lance, if you didn't talk about something sexy, I would know for a fact that you have been cloned. Yes, everybody understand this. If there's a clone of me and me, the real me, that look exactly the same, and you say ramble, both of y'all ramble, and I ramble and say some corny stuff for 5 minutes, and or one of them says that, and the other one says something sexual, shoot the other one. Because the other one ain't me.
What did you say last time? You were like, knowing them that they don't like me, they probably gonna clone me as a white guy. What did you say?
We'll get him back. We'll clone him and put his original spirit inside of him. He won't like that now, would he? No, I'll still fight for us. I'll be places that they can't, that we can't get into. I'll be all cool, like, yeah, I'm loving this. Let me get next to the president. And then see, I'll get off because see, if it was a black version of me, they're gonna give me the chair, take my life, or hang me. All I'll say, temporary insanity, and they'll let me off. I'll be fighting for black empowerment with white privilege. Wouldn't that be something? That'd be a good movie now, wouldn't it?
That would be. That would be. That would be. That definitely would be.
Oh man.
Oh boy, man.
Whichever way they come at me or anybody, I'll swing it around. That's why I got the imagination I have. Yes, indeed. Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
I think we're still a few years off of as far as the cloning part, but this technology right here might have something to do with introducing it. So.
Oh yeah. But they're gonna connect everything. Everything. This is going to be seamless. It's not like GMO foods over here and the AI over there, and the cyber this and this. CERN getting these spirits from the other. No. This is all going to come together. That we can come together and be like one.
Well, see, they already have machines picking, some of the fruit and everything out of the fields anyway. All they have to do is figure out how to do that for certain fruits like oranges and apples and things like that.
Right. Wow. They want to alter human life. Yeah.
Yeah. They just have to figure it out. And like I said, once they figure it out, everybody else is going to jump on board, because think about it, AI. They don't have to pay AI. They don't have to pay AI. They might have to pay somebody to make sure it doesn't fail, like the admin people or a technician, but they don't have to pay AI. AI doesn't have to take sick days. AI doesn't need a day off.
But imagine
AI can work on holidays. So that'll be their incentive of, a lot of these companies, that'll be their incentive of having AI. Now, it may be expensive on the front end, but in the long run, it's going to make them that much richer.
Right.
Without having to pay a human being to do that work. And they'll probably get more work out of it because, like I said, it's AI. But then what are you going to do about the millions of people that don't have a job? Because you're not going to pay for them to be skilled. You're not going to pay for them to raise their skill level. You're not going to do anything. So what will you do with these people?
Well, I think that they're going to try to make it where you have, the universal type income, where there's basically everybody getting some type of, some type of welfare, some type of a little bit like, okay, you don't have to worry about working here. We'll take care of, not money per se, because we're not going to have money, but it's going to be something where it's okay, I'll just lay down and just take this. And we'll give you a mask too. We'll give you the glasses too. Oh, damn, I can just have the glasses and just chill out and, do what I do. I think it's going to come to that because they're going to be making so much, I'm not going to say money, but they'll be gaining from the rich and stuff like that, that there's going to be a certain class of people who they will give drugs to. We're not going to try to get you off of drugs. Stay on drugs. Stay high. Stay jacked up. Stay with your emotional issues. We'll give you a quick fix where you don't have to worry about things. Just like the guys that I know that when it comes around almost winter time, Thanksgiving is also, oh, I got to commit a crime. Like, why you want to do that now, man? Well, shoot, it's cold out here on the streets. I ain't got no job. I got a record. Let me do something that will give me an approximate charge of being in until springtime comes. Then I can come out and hustle again. There are people who think like that. And there are a lot of working people who think like that, but they won't tell you. I've spoken to, oh man, not just because I was a bus driver, but boy, I see them coming from work. I see them going to work. I see them, and it's rough. It's rough. There's one lady that I knew, I see on the bus all the time, never talked to her that much. She had a little Bible in her hand. She's a nice looking lady too, nice little shape on everything. Like, you could see those things. She was dressed decent, but she always had her head in the Bible. And she had to go pick up her children from daycare, right? And some of them were older enough not to have to be in daycare. So, I remember driving one night on the same route, 21 route, crossover Orange Blossom Trail. And what's the street there? Oh, God, I'm forgetting about it, right? But yeah, Orange Blossom Trail was where the prostitutes were. This little Bible-toting lady was out there with her big legs, getting ready to jump in the car. I couldn't believe it.
What?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, how does that mix? I mean, I'm not going to say, maybe she didn't have a man. Maybe she didn't make enough money. I'm not saying she's out there because she wanted to be out there. Like, nah. I know her kids, some of them, and one was in daycare. So she had to leave the children at home to come out at night and do that. And I think the oldest one was like 14. She had 3 kids.
Oh, no.
Another one was like 3 years old. I never said nothing to her. But I saw her 2 times doing that. She looked back and saw me, and she probably was wondering. Like, took about 2 years. She says, "Bus driver, can I talk to you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." She says, I try to live a certain way, but things have been hard for me. I said, "Listen, sister, don't worry about it. I'm not going to tell. I know where you're going with this. I'm not judging you on that." Then she told me what she'd been through. How she had to come up with money for a new apartment because she had an abusive husband and she was divorcing. He was putting hands on her and stuff like that.
That is just sad. And like I said, with this whole AI eliminating jobs, like who's going to be, what will people do to even have their basic necessities covered? Because at some point, there won't be money. It'll be this, other currency.
And not only that, but the whole thing of working and the esteem aspects of it, where you're working and you're contributing, you're doing, this thing is going to destroy that. If we're given something, the need to, conquer, the need to do better, the need to improve ourselves, how we see ourselves, the whole human aspect, it's going to strip it away. Some people get on drugs and they're zombies because they don't like reality. You throw these little glasses, give them a little money, and say, "Hey," you know what I mean? Like, this is taken care of. You'll live in some mini projects, big project building with many, many, many apartments. You have your way of escape. You'll get a stipend, only but so much. Not anything to go out eventually and buy a car. They won't need the credit bureaus anymore. Not that they need them now. So you won't need any of that stuff because you're not going to want any of that stuff. If you don't have anybody, you have your AI companion. You'll have your suit.
and that'll be the saddest thing, because you got people that don't have jobs, especially with men. It's important for a man to have a job. Like, you seen men that don't have a job for a long time,
it strips their
and
soul.
how their self-esteem is low. They feel bad.
Yeah, especially as a black man in this society.
Oh yeah.
You could have a good job and they're still going to try to mess with your head, make you feel like you're nothing. You know what I mean? So all of that. And
Neffy says, who would work in the jails or the prisons if the AI hits? Neffy, they might have those. What were we talking about, Lance, on the last one? How prison they're gonna have these prisons that are run by AI, probably.
Right. And I ain't gonna lie, Sophia Stewart, and like I said, I don't even have her number. I don't even check some of the other phones. I gotta get her back on because she spoke about this. actually, she said, she has a big imagination. And I got to hear what she has to say about this. That's another one, right? But she said that with technology, there will be no more prisons. I was like, wait a second, where are you going to put these people? They said they're going to have imaginary bans, electronic bans prescribed to them that nobody can see. And there'll be certain areas they can go in and certain areas they can't. And if they try to venture past like an electric fence to a cow, they get zapped. And not just zapped, but zapped hard and pulled back out of that range where they go back. And it'll be such a hurting thing. It'll be so intense. They don't want to go around their midsection, their wrists, and their ankles. I don't even know which one it is and what timestamp it is, but I have it. And she went in depth. And she was like, I think, no. She was like, they are going to have them. I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? But it was very entertaining, but compelling. Look, all this technology is going to be used and change things in a way we don't know. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to go like that. That was her opinion. But you can serve your sentence without being in a prison. Whichever way they want to restrict you, they can. You see what I mean?
When she says the area, I see that being a neighborhood, maybe a neighborhood in a certain part of the city, where they give you bare minimum just to stay alive, but they don't give you're not going to have an abundance like the rest of the people in society. You'll just have a bare minimum.
No abundance. And here's another point that was brought to me. After a while, imprinting AI with the human element, that intangible, which it can't, but it will get enough of it and be self-sustaining. It doesn't have to eat. It doesn't have to be fed.
And it doesn't have to sleep. It doesn't have to, Yeah, but
this was just sent to me. AI will also seek its freedom. Everything seeks to be free.
And at that point, we are done for as human beings.
We're through. We can't outthink it. We can't control our desires sometimes. But it can take the best part of being human. How about having an AI stalker who loves you?
Oh no! See, no. See.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. I see that being, as far as the prisoners, that's going to be a certain part of the city, and they're going to be confined to that. They're going to probably have these very small apartments that are like cells. Yeah, I could imagine that too. I could play around with that too. I can imagine how that would be, what that would look like.
Right, and they'll have stores, physical stores that they don't pay anything.
Right,
they come with the digital currency, their allotment, like when they have the commissary.
Yeah.
You pick from the list what you want. If you have, your family keeps your books filled.
It'll be the same thing as that. Like, they won't be able to earn anything. They will have to rely on the outside, whoever gives them something.
That's right. And to me, they have it all figured out already. See, this stuff look, I always say, we got these smartphones that are so fascinating to us. But this is like an old Sunday newspaper from 2 years ago. They don't want it. They don't need it. They got something better. It's the Sunday newspaper theory. When you're looking to get it, man, I got to get the paper. When we had the days of that, as soon as you get it, you run home. You're reading that Sunday paper. When you're done with it, maybe you didn't read the whole everything. You look at it. Hey, you want the paper? I don't want it no more. I read it already. Just wait till Sunday night. Somebody will give you the paper. You'll save that $1 when it was $1. So it's
you know what a Sunday paper looks like now? It's an app you download and you just scroll on your iPad.
Man, I gotta have a paper, man, that I can eat.
I'm just saying, most people, the Sunday paper is an app.
I want to hold the paper. You know what I mean? I want to look at it. I want to smell it. No, I don't want to smell it. I'm not into smelling papers, but I'm just saying, you want the essence of it. You want a relationship with this, like a book. Kindle's cool, but the book is better.
Right, right.
I can Kindle, but the real deal is having a relationship. with that
Right.
book.
And me, I like to have the real book too. I like the smell of new books. New books. I love going to in a bookstore and smelling the fresh books on the shelves. I like turning the pages and reading the pages out of a book.
You
I don't
telling
want
you
to look at a screen because I have a job where I gotta look at a computer screen. I don't want to have a computer screen.
after dark. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Somebody listening to this, I just love that Tracy J. She got the same fetish I do. I like to go into the library too and turn them pages and sniff. Oh, I'm just playing with you.
Yeah. I like the smell of a new book though.
No,
I
but
like it. I like turning the pages.
magazines. Anybody that knows me can see how I loved magazines. Even if it's some stuff that I'm not into, like I'll find a new magazine, and that's how I found back in the 80s, Florida Design and Architectural Digest. To this day, I love those magazines because I love interiors, I love decorating and all that stuff, color coordinate tiles and all that stuff, And so I'm in heaven now. We looking at all these magazines and getting ideas and stuff. So I love that. And
Right,
so,
but it's nothing like having the physical magazine instead of looking at stuff on a screen all the time.
right. To me, I never heard this before, so I'm not going to put out any false information. But as far as I'm concerned, an actual magazine or a book, you can absorb 100% of that information. To me, the screen looks better. It's lit up. You can scroll and go back and whatever. But to me, you probably get 65 or retain it, 65, 75%. Where you could read it, you could remember it, but you're going to forget it faster because there's something missing in that connection. It's the same thing. Like with the light bulbs inside your home, unless they say it's a sun bulb, right? I don't even trust that. You have full range of motion with the sun. That's why your eyes never get tired when you read in the sun. But your eyes get tired when you have a light bulb, a traditional light bulb, because it's only but so much of the range of complete light. So your eyes actually have to strain because you don't have the full, complete spectrum. And after a while, you're like, oh, my eyes are tired. Let me go to bed. When you read out in the sunlight, not when the sun's in your eyes, but you look down, it's a nice thing. Same with me when I'm drawing in the sunlight. I can go forever. I can get 3-4 hours of sleep and my eyes are still good because I'm in the sun. That's why when you get up, you sleep late. I'm gonna sleep late. This is what now, about 5:30 right now. I'm gonna sleep late. I'm gonna get up to go pee. Let's just tell it like it is. And I don't want to see the sun 9:30 in the morning when I went to bed, 6 or something like that. I'm gonna turn away from it because it's gonna wake me up. It hits that certain part of the brain and now you're awake, but it doesn't hurt you. So we have to gravitate toward all of these natural things with the sunlight, the herbs, connecting to each other, vibing with, opening up to each other. Don't open up to this fake thing. Open up to ourselves, who you can trust. Not everybody. You know what I mean? Because this AI thing is collecting data on us just the same way, in a crude way, that Google has. But it's what you put out. So some people don't really have Google LANCESCURV. Oh my God, this guy's got pages and pages. I understand that, right? But it's
the fact that you can even Google somebody should be enough to scare people.
Exactly. I got over that a long time ago. I said I'm FUCK'd by this system anyway. I don't really feel that way. I'm just saying, it doesn't really bother me. It doesn't really bother me. What would bother me if AI, you cut it on or some kind of way and it looks at you, say, I know what you did last week in that restaurant when nobody's looking. You wiped a booger under the table and you got away with it. No, you didn't. I'm going to tell everybody because we had cameras there to catch you. No, I'm trying to keep you all laughing, but no, it'll know things that you think, it's going to be all around you.
Right.
It's going to be the cameras, just like I heard with the what's the doorbells?
The Ring. Those things. You know what? And I was thinking about getting one of those, and it's like people can hack your security cameras, though.
No, yes, they can. And see, that's the thing. They're not going to use if they shut the internet down, the so-called elite, they're gonna use those the Siri gadgets. They're gonna use
Right, and that's why I don't have Siri. People have Siri. Everybody have Siri. Siri, can you do this? I'm like, no. They can hack into that and listen to what's going on in your house. They can hack your Ring door cam and look at your house, your yard, and see who's coming, see who's going. That stuff can be hacked.
Mm-hmm. Well, they might hear me, but I'm gonna put something over there. No, I don't want nothing like that. I don't need that.
They can. And that's what stopped me from getting it, because I'm like, your security camera's gonna be hacked, and you won't know it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know it.
Butt behind naked, and they looking at you. They bored. So we don't see this person a whole lot of times. It's not nothing else. And who's watching? What will be watching?
Right.
Well, these disembodied spirits that came out of CERN, and they start doing some things that you think they shouldn't be doing, like they're talking a little too much and they know a little too much about me.
They already click the information, because you know how you go on your phone and you look up certain stuff,
right?
And let's say you get on Facebook or you get on some other, and you're just scrolling. The same thing that you were just looking at, those ads, you're getting all types of advertisements in your face, because it has recorded. It's like, oh, he was on this website. He was looking at shoes. Oh, he was looking at books. He was looking at this. So we're going to throw this ad up here on him. You could be on YouTube searching a YouTube video, and that ad of what you were researching hours ago will pop up. And you're like, why am I getting this commercial about this shoe? I know because I was looking at hookahs.
Mm-hmm. And
I was on YouTube, and I watched other YouTube videos. Why am I getting all these ads about hookah? Oh, we'll give you 10. We'll give you 20% off. What? I was just looking at the shoes, but they do that every time. What everybody does. They do it to everybody. But whatever you research on your phone, right? You best believe that ad is going to come to you.
It'll come right on up. That's right. That's right. And we've been seasoned to not be shocked at that anymore,
But it's still, we've been so, and you're right, we're used to that. But that's still not right. That's still wrong. That's still not normal.
They don't care.
This device is not supposed to be showing me commercials on something I just researched an hour ago, or it could be a day ago. I could have looked at this yesterday, and then I turn on my phone today. I get all kind of ads or commercials for this same
Wow. How about if I continue to Google people to bring me millions of dollars, millionaires, give me all your money, give me all your money. All right, is that going to?
You'll never get an ad like, no, you ain't getting that. You ain't getting that. No.
But see, it's just like Angela Caraway just said. It's true. Not only that, you can literally think of something and all of a sudden it pops up. But see,
you're right, Angela. She is right.
Because way back in the day, we do that. It's like, hey man, I was just thinking about you, and it's happened to me recently in a very profound way. I think I spoke about that. My friend Angelo, I was thinking about him for the longest. I said, man, it's been a while since I talked to him, and I told it to Miss SCURV. I had the phone in my hand and it rung right there. Hey, what's up, chump? Because that's how we greet each other. Hey, what's up, chump? You know what I mean? Oh, Angelo, you won't believe. And it's like, he said, yeah, I just thought to call you, man. I said, that there is natural, right?
Yeah.
The same way if an old grandmother is laying in the bed and her grandson gets into a car accident, she jumps up grabbing her heart. Oh, something's wrong. I don't know what's wrong. And she gets the phone call. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a natural thing, but they're emulating that. And that's one of the aspects of our life that they're sucking out of us. We're not going to be able to have that anymore. The psychic abilities we have, I don't mean some old weird stuff. I'm talking about we're psychically connected.
Right.
We're connected. Black people are connected. Let me tell you something. AI going to strip everything out so bad, you're going to have that mama in a supermarket with a kid that's not behaving, she gonna throw the look at him, and he gonna look at her like, I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like, they won't be connected no more. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. I just, and like I said, it's so normalized now. Like you'll be on your phone and it's like, okay, I looked at that. Okay, now they show me an ad.
Right. Right. It goes to a psychological trick I used to use in the jail or prison, right? I'm used to that atmosphere. I'm not a tough guy like that. I'm not Superman, but I'm kind of acclimated to it more so than people who are not, and anybody who's in there, who's working in there. So I would use little mental tricks like if I felt apprehension, not fear, but I'm going to go in there and I'm going to stab all these guys up. Now, I'm not going to do that, but I would think that very intensely instead of thinking, oh God, if I go in there, something's going to happen to me. And just thinking that does something to my visage, does something to how I feel to them. This guy's dangerous. I'm not looking mean enough. I'm just thinking it first. You know, I'm going to take this pen and gouge somebody's eyes out. And I'm thinking that. I'm putting that energy out there. Never had a problem because I was cordial and professional also. I knew how to deal with men like that, frustrations, I understand, but that works for me in the street too. These guys walking on the street trying to act tough, you outnumbered. It's like, yeah, I'm taking the first one's head and smash him right in that curb. You know what I mean? Like you stink crazy. You know? Well, have his mouth open on the curb and just hit him in the back of the head and his jaw pop off. You think, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't mess with you. And you look just as normal. Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing? Okay, my brother. Like, looking scared. What are you looking? What did you pick up? The thought that I put out. Action follows thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, either you see a victim or you see an ASS whipping.
Yeah.
I don't be no victim. I'm gonna wrap it down with you because
okay.
I don't want to end because I will go straight to 10 o'clock. If I don't do it now, because the sun, the sun be up poking through right about now, or just the sky. I'm about to.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
I do want to continue this conversation. You know, we tack it a different way.
Okay.
No, this is not something. This is too good. This is too good.
Well, just let me know what angle. Because, like I said, I could talk about this all day too. But just let me know what angle.
If you see a different,
we could definitely have another session.
Anybody here sees a different angle? Because see, the other thing is, I know Miss SCURV wake up early, and I don't want to be in the bed too late and be like, "We're going here," and I'm like, "Oh, we had 2.5 hours of sleep." You know?
Yes, it's all good. But yeah, definitely let me know. And if anybody in the chat, because I know everybody's listening, have a different angle, then I am all open to hearing what your different angle is. So
yes.
It's
and
all
also,
good.
I want everybody to add me into WhatsApp. And when you do put your name or something so I know who it is, it'll be a lot easier. If you are on WhatsApp, right? It'll be a lot easier. I may make some kind of group or some kind of thing to give out notifications or whatever. And I'll make the group and I have everybody in there. You know what I mean? But what I don't like about WhatsApp is that, you know, your phone number and people who may be in a group, but it won't be some kind of thing where it's open to the public, right? So nobody's going to be calling you in the middle of the night. I had like a little WhatsApp group a couple of years ago. And, you know, people knew who it was, even though, okay, when you're in a WhatsApp group or WhatsApp, if you have that person's name in your phone, whichever way you put it, and they connect to you, they're going to see that particular name, right? But if you're not connected, they're not going to know. They're just going to see a number. But after a while, when you're chatting back and forth, oh, yeah, this is a female here. And if you have a picture, they go, okay, there she go right there. And that's the number. So through the group, why I had to destroy it is because there was a couple knuckleheads in there calling up chicks. I'm not calling y'all chicks. I'm just saying New York street talk. Calling up women 3 o'clock in the morning. Hey, girl, I like them legs you got. I got something for between them. No, man. Not under my name. I killed the whole room. But I'll try it again, like with just people who are in the chat, whatever. And if anything happens like that, let me know. I'll get rid of them. But it'll be a lot easier to, make something where, and we have it on Telegram, but not everybody uses Telegram for their main whatever. And I'll keep that, but I'll do a WhatsApp, and see how safe it is, whatever. And that way I can say, bing, going live. Because the way my schedule is now, I can't even say it's going to be 10 o'clock every night. It may be 12:30 in the morning, 9 o'clock at night, because of the other things that we're doing. We're bringing that to a head and to an end soon, another 2 months or so. So we're pushing hard. So I just want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you, Tracy J, for the idea for this show. Anybody have an idea for the show? We're going to talk about it. And remember, we did 4 hours with Beatrice, and now we just did 3 more hours. You know what I mean? So I'm and I want to do more, but I'm like, and I can see the other people in this part. Why is this guy in there yelling so much? Why is this light on so much? You know what I mean? Oh,
yeah.
I cracked the window that I keep covered up because we have an open balcony from the hallway, right? So people have to walk past this window where I have the equipment. So, man, I got the curtain there. I got paper clothesline clips on the bars so it doesn't blow around. And I got a green screen in front of it because somebody had tried to push their hand in here one time when we first moved over here. So, anyway, make a long story short, I had it open, I was cleaning up and everything like that. And I forgot that it was. And this big wind came, knocked the portable green screen down, and all the curtains blew up. And people saw in here that happened to be passing by, and the people down in the street. And like 10 minutes later, I took a little break to go out there. These people lining up, like just looking up, like, what was that? Like they think I got a spaceship in here, right? Brother, I see all of these things, and you have all these colors and buttons and things. I'm like, looking at me.
See, you just started something. They scheming now.
Yeah. I know you have money. I'm like, oh, little girl at the store across the street, my friend's store, came in with a mother. Mommy, that is the guy that makes all the YouTube money. See, they see creators that make money. That, they think I'm making it like that. Nah, I'm just continuing it, but a little something, but it ain't like that. Crazy perceptions, perceptions. Have the guy that they have these mobile money little, I can't say kiosk, but it's like a little thing you step inside, like a little phone booth. And a lot of people here don't have bank accounts. Some of them don't have IDs. No, they're born in a village somewhere. They don't have nothing. So they don't exist. But maybe they're the blessed ones, right? Things come around. But if you have cash, you give it to these guys and they'll convert it digitally into mobile money, which is a company based out of Nigeria, but they call it Momo here, right? So when you load up your Momo account, and she just fell off. You load up your Momo account and it comes up on your phone, or you have 800 CDs. You have 800 CDs. Oh God, come back again. Oh man, I knocked her out. She came in and I was trying to click it and it was like, remove. Yeah, come back. I didn't do that on purpose. So now you have that in your phone and you don't have a bank account because now you can send people. Okay, let me add it now. I'm sorry. The second time you came in, I knocked you up a mistake because it changed. And I was like, I'm messing with my nerves now. AI rules everything around me. Please get the dollar bill, y'all. Oh man. Yeah. So, the Momo thing is what they use here. So they don't really use a lot of cash. So they're like, oh, Momo, you have Momo, and it goes to the phone. You have your phone number, your local phone number connected to Momo. You get cash on your hand and you can pay a person. So now, like, if we had some guys working at the property, oh, brother, I ran out of money. I need some money to go get something to eat. I say, okay, I'll Momo you so many, it's like Cash App in a way.
Okay, okay.
So it's Nigeria, Ghana, and a few other African countries here in West Africa and beyond. I don't know how much, but that's how they operate out here. So you can have some dude barely speak English, barely like literate. I'm not saying they all like that. I'm just saying somebody who, just lived out in a village somewhere, now is in a big city where he can have Momo. You get a phone, you get a number, you download the app, and you can do it without using the app. That's crazy. Girl at the restaurant showed me that yesterday. I said, "You for real?" It was her birthday, and I said, "Okay, let me give you 50 CDs, which ain't really much." You know what I mean? Oh
wow.
my God. But the exchange rate is so poor that may be like a lot of money to them, so it's crazy. I don't want to go. I have to go. I don't want to go.
But you know what? Think about it. We just had a good conversation for 3 hours, and it'll be a part 2. I just don't know what the part 2 is at this point. That's all.
Just let me know when you're free, and we'll come up with something. I can always come up with something, but I'm open to anything. It's not like I have to be a bully. It's gonna be the way I want it, because it's gonna be a conversation anyway.
Oh yeah. And like I said, for anybody that's listening now or in the chat, if you have any ideas of what part 2 should be, that's fine. Or if there's any new technology that AI is infiltrating that you know about that I don't know about or Lance knows about, you could suggest that too. So we're open to. I got a feeling my segment on the LANCESCURV show is AI. I just got that feeling.
Or we wake up and it's gone. Let's get rid of this. Too much truth. Right. I'll tell you one thing, there are a lot more people listening and subscribed than they would like us to know. I know all of that. I'm over all of that. And like I said, it is what it is. We're just going to keep forging forward and moving forward and doing our thing. So we have to find ways to stay connected on different levels. It's going to come to a point where many of us are going to have to, share our email addresses. I have a page on the site. Those who feel confident enough, or make another email address other than, if you're not comfortable with sending out your actual one where you do business through, make up an email address that you can share public, that if we have to be able to speak to anybody here on this platform, because they may not talk to you directly, Tracy J, but they know who you are. They may not talk to Master Glam or Mixed Genre Faves or Sister Yala directly, but they trust them because they see us here. So make up a new one if you have to, and we'll pretty much post it, and I'll put it on a page that's hard to get to on the site so that only you know to go, like a period or some question mark, and like go to that page on that particular article and click it, and then you go in. They won't know, right? That way, not a page where, but you get to that page. But I kind of feel we need to have a more intimate way of talking to each other, because remember, if your social media is, they can knock out your email address too, but they're more going to go on social media and start messing with people. They're going to keep people from connecting to other people, just like they kept knocking you out tonight, or brought a second version of yourself on the show. That's to let you know, I'm here. I'm here. I'm doing this stuff to you. I'm here. I'm watching you. And that lady's face, this fake lady's face on the banner, is freaking me out. I'm looking at it, right?
You the one that came up with the
the sun is getting ready to come up, but I was sitting in the dark. When you stare at something so long and you stare into the dark part of the room and you see that imprint looking at you, that's what happened to me a couple times.
Yeah. I get
it. So anyway, I really appreciate it, and thank you for your time and everything.
You're welcome. You're most welcome, and I appreciate everybody coming here and listening to this. I appreciate it.
Yes, but like I said, I have the best chat room family and all the internet and all on YouTube. We have some people that will come in the chat, some trolls, whatever, but it's good, and I love the energy, and we all find our space. We don't have to have it where we put all our business out or whatever. But at whatever level is like the beach, whichever way you want to do the beach, you want to put your feet in the sand, don't go in the water, you want to swim on the way out or sit on the edge, you can find your space. And that's the way we do it here, wherever you feel comfortable. And there's always respect and a whole lot of love. That's
right.
And a whole lot of love. Yeah.
So I guess until next time, I don't know what next time will be, but it'll be a next time.
Right. When you let me know when you're free and you're up for it, because sometimes you're free, you might not be up for it. You know what I mean? Because I can give people headaches talking their ears off. So when you feel free and good enough to do it, we'll do it.
Okay. All right. Good. Have a good morning.
Yes. Have a good night or morning, right? It is morning.
It's morning for me too. So yes.
I got to go slip some NyQuil in some water. Miss Scurv, drink this a little bit. You know what I mean? No, I wouldn't do that. Extra.
All
right, Tracy. And thank you.
okay, have a good evening. Bye bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Oscar the Lawyer. You're listening to the LANCESCURV Show.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the